excellent connection. It didn't give me an error. It's just like, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I hate when it says that, because then we all think it's not working.
Now it just says live. It's not showing anything, but it says we're live, so I gotta assume we're live. So, on that note, hello World Wide Web, I'm Dr. Shot, the internet personality, the best hair, and welcome to Live and Wired, episode 6. Nice. Prescription and litigation. Joining as always, we have that long-haired creepy guy.
Yo.
The broken webcam.
Greetings, foolish mortals. Hi, and also Thor is here with me.
And joining again, you may remember him from last week if you were not... If you didn't drink as much as we did. You might remember him from last week. Thick Black Daddy.
Hi, I'm
like
Token.
So am I, technically. I am the girl.
Oh, and
I got tits too. You ain't the only one.
I gotta open up my Restream chat, because if anyone's saying anything on Twitch or Mixer, I don't know.
We have a hello from Eddie Herda. Hello.
Where the hell is the...
Hello.
Is that the chat button? No, that's... Restream, hi there, send us... No. The three dots over... That's how you open the link to the chat now. Okay, thanks, Restream. Thank you for the restructuring of the services. I really appreciate that. I love learning new things.
Yay, technology! Where either A, we're getting ripped off because freaking bullshit, or we're learning new things and we don't like it.
Ah, fun. So yeah, it's been a time. I'm sure everyone also has noticed that I haven't put out a review yet.
In a while.
In a while. I have my schedule over here that I'm like, that's the thing that's kept me on the reviews the hardest of all. I got that right here, right where I have everything, so I also switched out the picture to something a little more, cripplingly depressing.
Maybe you should have changed it back to something less crippling depressing. Like a picture of All Might naked.
My man got muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles.
Oh, yes, he do. Oh, yes, he do.
Oh, my God. I have someone calling me on Facebook. I just told him, hey, I'm going to be busy. That's not permission to call me. I'm sorry, continue.
So, yeah.
I swear, I sit down to do anything. That is like 3 different people's queue to message me all at the same time.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm drinking Corona.
The redacted. That's where the rest of it went.
Chug, chug,
damn.
chug, chug.
Chug.
Is that a shot? Does that count as shotgunning?
Well, I don't... Maybe... It's a glass bottle, so I don't think you could just break the bottle. Well, you could, but it wouldn't work. Like...
Well, don't you need shot glasses for that?
No, shotgunning is basically you pop the bottom of this beer can and you drink the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
You pretty much give it enough airflow so you don't have to worry about things like taking a breath. You just,
science!
It all just goes...
Oh. I was gonna warn
that
you about...
experiment.
Did you know that glass bottles are specially reinforced for travel so they don't break on impact?
It's a learning experience.
Did I learn a lesson just now?
That would have been good to know like 2 seconds before that.
I couldn't stop him when he went for science. I don't have time-stopping powers.
Is this also streaming on Twitch right now? It should be.
All right, Dio.
Let me take a look.
I haven't gotten that far.
It says 0 viewers on Twitch, so that is odd. I mean, not too odd. That's not that many viewers usually on Twitch. Like, it says 0 viewers on Mixer, and that's normal. So,
Mixer. The Microsoft is the Bing of Twitch.
Hop back over to my Restream and check things out while I'm explaining that. Also, yeah, it says it's online on Twitch. It says it's going. So, yeah. But,
Stephen Austin, I don't think it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, just went, ouch, I felt that.
Everyone's literally suddenly messaging me and calling me on Facebook.
Oh, God. But...
I know, fucking just...
Yeah, I just wanted to say, since it's been kind of clear that I haven't put out any actual reviews lately, I am still working on it. I have made progress. I'm trying to make sure I'm not so damn flaky, get my whole life thing figured out and everything. That lovely thing. I'm trying to learn how to be a functional adult. And it's sort of working in some ways. My house, I've been able to keep cleaner, and I'm decluttering, and it's working out pretty well, actually.
Use fire. Fire cleans everything once.
That's actually what I've been doing.
I was going to jokingly say, have you been touching things and going, this sparks joy? This does not spark joy. And throw it out.
This makes thine left nipple harder than the right.
So yeah,
actually, I imagine Decker quoting Frieza pretty soon. Having these balls gives me a feeling that resembles joy. I want to caress them.
Now that just reminds me of that set of pictures I sent a friend of mine when I had a couple pairs of watermelons. I think I sent it to you after.
So, my dad just gave me something I probably shouldn't say live, but he just left out my room, looked at me, mouthed the words, "My dick is diamonds," and he gave me some happiness. That's all I can say. God damn it.
Everything's gone insane.
Okay, we need Patricia back so bad.
I'm supposed to be keeping you guys online, but I'm failing epically because I don't have a camera, apparently. That's what's causing all the problems.
So yes, I want to get the review out by Wednesday, as I have it on my schedule and such. Even though summer is already starting, which this review is supposed to be out before then.
Mm-hmm.
As it does.
Makes you feel better, Decker. I've been distracted due to medical reasons.
Yeah. I would love to give Kat a hard time about that, but unfortunately, yeah, medical reasons are perfectly viable. So
yeah. Unlike my old boss, Creepy understands medical things are important.
Oh yeah. I love
and my doctor's like,
don't.
My doctor's like, oh, you're about to hit 30. It's time for us to do all these medical procedures on you to see how you're doing health-wise. I'm like, I get to see an ear, nose, throat doctor later and get a tube down my throat to see if my constant sore throats are cause of,
Dream Fool Girl asks, what is a functional adult? I'm still trying to find out because it's like one of those things that you're not really taught how to do, you just expect it.
Yeah. Why didn't schools teach us how to file taxes? Why do I need to learn that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? When is that ever going to help me in real life?
And giving myself my own schedule with my own deadlines, vitally important for actually getting shit done. So, like, I need to get this much done by this day in order to stay on schedule. Do it! Very important! Very important. But then there's that work-life balance. And that's a whole other can of worms there.
Oh, we don't. Sooner or later, Decker's going to do what I do, is have sleepless nights and trying to finish things.
We have a couple of chats on Twitch. Demon Orc says, Decker, Creepy, and Cats. Leading Blind says, hey, everyone. Demon Orc asks, how are y'all doing? Mainly, we're flailing about crazily, as you tend to, in Live and Wire. This is how we roll. Just completely out of control, and, well...
Live and Wired uses flail. It's super effective.
There's no adults, just big kids. I keep telling Charlie that I don't really feel a day over 14, and then she looks at me and is like, yeah, I know.
Love, I think.
But, yeah.
Speaking
of which, it's time for my only food today, a Twinkie. Oh. Wow.
Banana filling or vanilla?
Plain, which is not vanilla.
Yeah. It used to be banana flavoring until World War I or II happened. Basically a banana shortage.
I thought it was lard.
No, lard was the original Oreos.
Oh.
Pig fat. Also, lima beans have cyanide in them.
Cyanide in lima beans, lard in Oreos, cocaine in Coca-Cola.
And now USDA regulations remove the happiness.
I wonder what happened to the world. How did everything get so messed up?
Oh, I don't know, doing cocaine cola. Well, remember, Coca-Cola wasn't even a drink. It was a medicine. So it's like, you're sick. Drink this.
Yeah, but Pepsi is named after it is a name that is reminiscent of the medical terms for your stomach, in much the same way as Pepsid-AC or Pepto-Bismol.
Right.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Yay, Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Twinkies were banana and Oreos were lard, asks Demon Orc. Evidently.
Stop physics!
I see the gravity works, you know.
Fucking left ass cheek clipped the side of my chair and stretched my anus. Fuck!
So,
Also, don't forget poppy seed bagels make you
Fuck
pop.
your
Make,
mass times velocity shit.
first law of motion of physics, right?
thermodynamics.
Thermodynamics.
No, it's like the first. What an object at rest will stay at rest, or an object in motion will stay at motion.
That's the oh god, what's that principle called?
That's
The
the
conservation of energy?
Yeah. Hi, welcome
nerds.
to Science with Decker.
Oh.
With Nick Teddy serving as our visual
I
aid.
love my friend here just collapsed and possibly injured himself, but he screamed physics on the way down, so we started a discussion on physics.
Yes, Newton is a bitch.
It wasn't bad until, like, as I was falling over to the left side, only the left ass cheek caught the very corner of the chair, so it just made it.
Eddie Herta says that Dr. Pepper was supposed to cure brain ailments. I gotta say it don't work, but also I thought it was just supposed to get the guy in the pants of Dr. Pepper's daughter, which is why he named it after him.
Yep. Also remember, if anything is a cure-all, it cures none. Listen to Sawbones, the podcast by the McElroy brothers. It's really good.
Also, I think that might have been the strangest segue we've ever had on this show, and that's saying something.
I mean, yeah, it is.
But
I've
yeah,
watched every
there's
episode.
quite a bit of news to dig into. This news with a W. Quite a bit of news to dig into. There's a couple trailers. Those are always fun when we actually put together some trailers for Live and Wired.
Damn it! I have one for you, but I don't. It might be too spicy.
Probably. But, yeah, Kevin Bacon is going to star in a new Blumhouse horror movie called You Should Have Left, which is something about, hey, we found a real nice house, it's awesome, move in, house is fucking haunted, and there's all kinds of crazy shit going on. Of course, YouTube being YouTube and most things, like, because of copyright, I have to take the trailer and then chop it down into a very abridged version that makes no damn sense, but I can show you.
It's an amuse-bouche, if you will.
Yes.
When the hell did Kevin Bacon get a hold of my childhood and turn it into a movie?
So, here
Wait,
is...
are you talking about Footloose or?
No, I don't know. I mean, dancing was heavily discouraged. It was a Southern Baptist community.
I had a friend, 7-day Adventist. He was like, yeah, no music, no dancing. Although musicals were allowed, but only like Joseph the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat and Sound of Music were the only musicals okay to be performed.
Right.
So Good Omens is right.
But yes, I have the lovely trailer right over here. Full screening it onto the stream. It's got 39 seconds. It's nice and fun.
Kevin Bacon do got that face though.
Which face?
What are you doing?
26 feet.
I wouldn't trust him around.
21. This room,
Your goldfish?
5 feet longer on the inside.
Oh, yeah,
than it
that
is on
too.
the outside. You chose this place, not me.
So it's like the stereotypical plot where it's like, oh,
You
we
said
found
it
a
to
really
me.
nice house for cheap. They don't want to ask if there were any murders in the house,
People
right?
have always stayed in that house.
Yeah, like I had this
Some
conversation
don't
with
leave.
my boyfriend a while back, and we were all like,
Finds them.
why the hell were the Summers in Sunnydale able to buy, like, there were 2 of them, and they were living in a 2-story house with, like, 4 bedrooms, and it's just a mom and her daughter. And I'm just, how the hell, why the hell would they buy a house that big and that expensive?
For 2
And
people?
the only explanation, what the conversation basically boiled down to is white people. And the fact that real estate in Sunnydale is extremely extraordinarily cheap. So,
Thank you,
Okay.
Hellmouth.
Nerdbanes here says, sup, hello. Christopher Hensel says they've seen this trailer. And yeah, it's actually looks kind of interesting because it's a story we've seen a bunch, but Kevin Bacon does do a good job with horror, and it's got all those nice little supernatural psychological things that I just love so much.
I want him to do a whole scene where he footloose dances and beats up the spirits. Come on, imagine it. You defeat the spirit with dance.
okay, yeah.
With dance, not dance, dance.
Also, alternatively,
Tree
what
Spirit
if
says-
this turns out to be a movie where Kevin Bacon is the serial killer and there were no ghosts? It was just him gaslighting his family before he murdered them.
Wasn't that Hollow Man?
Wasn't that what? Sorry.
Hollow Man?
Hollow Man.
I thought Hollow Man was the one about the guy who could turn invisible.
Well, he just
No, that's
stayed
the-
invisible and then went
Oh.
insane.
All right, so I just peeped at the trailer. You guys might shoot me for this, but maybe I've seen this baseline plot way too many times personally.
That's fair
I
enough.
kind of like towards the end of the trailer because I'm hot off this game called Control,
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good
And-
movie. Game.
and I do like the crazy aspect, like when he walked. Wait, you guys seen the trailer, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you anyway. When he like walks in the room, that he sees himself just chilling, writing stuff like that, or when he opens up the door to reveal the staircase that he just got off of. I actually do like that stuff, but for me, I need like a special twist to it. Like throw Simba in there for no fucking reason.
Kevin Bacon was a murderer in Hollow Man.
I loved in Control just the section where the janitor gives you the music to get through.
Yo,
Oh.
that janitor was trippy. I
Also-
loved him.
Stephen Austin just said, "Creepy, you're thinking of Johnny Depp in Secret Window," which y'all gotta do sooner or later.
So I think I only played a little of Control, then I watched Charlie play it for the rest of it.
Is Control the one where you're basically in the spaceship, or am I thinking of a different one?
You think
That's
of a
different.
one.
Well, I can't.
You're in a giant
Well,
building,
Yeah,
Oh.
giant psychological thriller building.
the building
Okay, sorry.
is so fucking trippy. You saying in a spaceship doesn't necessarily rule it out.
No, there was a video game where you were playing as the artificial intelligence within a spaceship, and you were supposed to bring the girl in the spaceship to the.
I know what game you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it.
Neither can I, and it's annoying the crap out of me. And now I'm about to break out my YouTube playlist and try to find it.
I was just about to say, break out my uterus.
Excuse me. I'm about to do. a
That's
magic
one way
trick.
to do it.
Speaking of uterus, Deck, we gonna give me a godchild.
Steve Austin says, "Thick Black Daddy, can you turn yourself up? You're very quiet."
Oh.
I think that'll work.
Yeah.
All right.
If I'm suddenly quiet, it's because I'm trying to find the video game.
Damn, what? There was a thing that was said earlier that I was about to say that. Dang. Well, someone said that they saw the trailer. I think that You Should Have Left looks like it'd be fun enough. I don't know if it's going to be one of those movies that I'm going to feel like, wow, it's a must-see. It has changed my life. Probably not. But if I'm going to go out and spend a few dollars to go to a theater and see something, I feel like I'd at least enjoy that.
Observation.
Observation, yes.
That was a good game.
So,
Tree Spirit says if a movie was food, it would be a 4-course meal. The trailer is a force-fed energy bar. I don't know, there's a...
I said an amuse bouche, which is basically one bite.
But what is what would be the 4-course meal? The 90-minute movie? The 2 or the 3-hour movie? How many courses?
I think
think
when
I'm
you get into the 3-hour movies, that's more like a 7-course meal.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
those fancy meals that are like $100 a plate.
What about Ari Aster's movie that he's making right now that we don't really have any information on other than the fact that they assume that it's going to be about 4 hours? I'm pretty sure
4
Stephen
hours?
King's looking over like, amateur.
4 hours, my ass hurts thinking about it. It's like, I remember like a theater was doing a whole watch all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
I remember that.
And I'm like, how comfortable is this theater seats? Because if it's like the theater in my mall, no. If it's those really fancy AMC theaters in Orlando, maybe. If it's those really, really fancy theaters that actually provide you food while you watch the movie and have like couches, yes.
Yeah. We actually my cousin and I we actually did that once way back like 2007 2000 I know it was 2008 and but we were like at home we were comfortable but we watched the extended versions of all 3 Lord of the Rings movies and it took like the whole day to do.
That's
and,
what hell now sounds like.
Yeah.
That's what I did that once on Christmas Eve, hoping by the time Lord of the Rings was ending, it would be Christmas Day, according to my math.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fell asleep during Fellowship of the Ring. I was sick that day, and I thought it would be a great idea.
Most likely because you were running a fever.
Yeah, I remember I was sick.
Stephen Austin says, has anyone heard any updates on Mortal Kombat 2021? It's supposed to be rated R, full on blood and guts, and done by Warner Brothers. I really hope they don't fuck it up.
Oh, the movie.
Was that not the animated one that came out?
I think the animated one already came out, and I didn't see it, I just saw the trailer for that, and it looked suspiciously like exactly the same story as the original Mortal Kombat movie.
The animated one?
Yeah.
No, this was much more focused on the background of Scorpion.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay.
And how the Lin Kuei, whatever they're called, like started to hate the ice people.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Anyone remember the movie's Heaven's Gate from 1980? From 1980, the original cut was 5.5 hours long, according to Michael Wolff.
No.
Listen, Andy Warhol.
Motorcycle US says with these extended movies, theaters need to bring back intermissions.
Theaters need to bring back comfy cushions. I miss comfy seats.
Comfy chairs.
Theaters I've gone to.
Just be honest.
Just
bring
nice
back like
little
an ass break.
recliners and big ass cup holders, and just like lean back.
I want them to bring back waiters where you could order food and be like, "Yes, I would like a picture of cola, never ending, and stuffed mushrooms and." There was
what kind of white privilege shit is this?
There was a theater that just
That's what I get for going to the theater in the hood. I've never even heard of that shit.
No, there was a theater.
I never heard of this shit. This is new for me. I'm like, what the hell was this theater? Why wasn't I invited?
In the town over from me, there used to be a theater, and they would do cheap movies, and you would order food. They would do the movies that are about to come out on DVD, so they're no longer in the major theater, so you could get tickets on the cheap. But they also provided you with food and shit, so you could like eat pizza, chicken wings, or whatever when watching the movie. You used to have summer deals.
I was just happy to have a nice chair. Just lean back, auto recline. Oh, that's nice. It's got the little button. It has the thing to lift my feet up.
This does not sound like a bad idea. Think about it. Dinner theater. Well, you've got your theater.
Here's your dinner.
Crappy ass seats. Just put people in tables and let them watch the movie.
It was great because they would do. I remember one summer they did Harry Potter. They did a Harry Potter themed thing, and I also remember they would do the movies before the DVD release, so people would go to the theater so they could see if they wanted to buy the DVD or not. So they'd be like, "Well, Toy Story is going to be coming out on DVD soon. That theater's showing Toy Story. Let's go." Yeah, they would just get the movies on the cheap. But
Third Bane says bring back drive-ins, and there's been because of Redacted, especially, a lot of people, they want to go out and see a movie, but they don't necessarily want to be next to each other.
Are you kidding me? Because of the coronavirus, they brought back drive-in theaters.
England actually brought back their old drive-in theaters. I know there's an old drive-in theater
I hear it in Arizona. They never left.
I actually think that's kind of a cool idea because I don't know why exactly, but I like the idea of drive-in theaters. So the fact that they're making a comeback, I guess I'm turning into Captain America in that, where he's having the conversation in the second half of the Infinity War two-parter, and he's like, I saw some whales today. They were in they swam into the harbor. There was less pollution, and the other guy's like, please don't tell me to look on the bright side.
No, I do like the idea of theaters because you could be you can see two movies at once if I remember. You put the kids in the back seat so they can watch the kids movie, and you have the teenagers and the adults in the front seat so they can watch the horror movie. And pray to God the children never turn to the front seat.
Okay. Dobby just got a little cat, little mouse toy. He's just smacking the crap out of it and chasing it around back there.
You have a new member, Decker. Anime Nerd has decided to become a new member.
Thank you, Anime
Awesome.
Nerd. Welcome.
I must have attracted them with my talk of All Might.
But yeah,
Mm.
Timothy Armstrong's asking, what do people think of The Last of Us 2 now? We have a little bit of news involving that.
I was about to say, that's on the sheet, is it not?
It
Can
has
we not spoil it for some of us?
Well,
Nah, fuck him.
I'm not gonna.
Me.
I don't want to get into spoilers. and
Nah,
such.
fuck you.
I already know a lot of the spoilers, and Machabe's
Yeah,
been
didn't
playing
someone
it.
release like the whole game randomly on YouTube?
I don't think the whole thing, but then again, I didn't.
All the cutscenes.
I didn't
Like all the
seek
cutscenes?
out too much, but I already
Yeah,
knew,
I may have
quite a
watched
bit.
that.
And yeah, so
I have a couple of.
Charlie been playing, and yeah, it's been a mixed bag to say the least. It's got some
Couple of my friends.
It's got some entertaining parts to it, but it also has some parts that she really, really, really did not like, and those were really early on too. So it's like it's no
Well-
wonder a lot of people are saying that they get to that and then they stop playing because the game hasn't convinced you that it's worth playing yet. It does that shit to you. So
Well,
Different
a
strokes
friend
for
of mine
different
point-
folks, because I know in The Last of Us, when I streamed it, it was one of the first games that like legit made me cry.
it
on
made her
stream.
cry too, but it's just not in the same way that like the Death Stranding made her cry. Death Stranding made her cry with the like final mission with BB and everything, and that was just really crushing emotionally.
Boy, I'm
like,
gonna beat you black
all
and me.
that
Don't say
stuff
shit about that game
that-
now.
all the stuff that went on throughout the whole of Death Stranding. She platinumed that game. She played the fuck out of Death Stranding, and so with the final mission with BB, she was that was a lot for her. But it it all
He
came.
doesn't want.
Okay, I wasn't saying much. I was just saying that was an emotional part.
Motorcycle US donated $2, going, old theaters had areas to take crying babies. Oh, I
that's
saw
so
pictures of a
nice.
theater. I saw a picture of a theater where they have this like enclosed soundproof booth like thing. It's like for people with babies. And
Yes,
I'm like,
read by nature, yes. But it's just like we're getting further in, and I'm still personally withholding judgment on the whole story until I see the whole story.
The Last of Us.
But I will say, so far in The Last of Us Part 2, it's very disjointed.
I
And
heard about that.
I
about
think the
Death Stranding?
storytelling is the storytelling is a step below the first, though the acting in the technology at work is fine. So it's like it's possibly the best looking game I've ever seen. Gameplay wise, it's more of the first for the most part. There are improvements here and there, and some people think there should have been more improvements in some areas. But gameplay wise, if you liked the play of The Last of Us, you're gonna like how The Last of Us Part 2 plays. It's just, if you're one person who says that the story matters a lot, the tone is the major change in the story. And it's such a sharp change, I feel like that's where it's... A game with the tone of The Last of Us Part 2 doesn't bother me to exist, but...
Isn't there a whole
If-
controversy about some creator putting his self-insert in to boink one of the
There's
main...
controversy about that, but I haven't gotten to that part of the game yet, so I can't really speak on it.
I also know that the writer isn't the same writer from Last of Us 1, so it's like...
Well, the way I see it is Last of Us 2... If The Last of Us Part 1 was Night of the Living Dead, the original, Last of Us Part 2 is Last House on the Left.
I can relate to what Timothy Armstrong is saying.
And
But
the thing is, it's like, I feel like it's kind of like you learn to... You grew attached. If you liked The Last of Us and you grew attached to the characters, it's like, take The Last of Us as aliens. Last of Us Part 2 so far seems kind of like Alien 3, but with the writing quality of Alien Resurrection.
oh lord.
It's that kind of a thing where it's like, this is quite different
That's
now,
a
ain't
thing.
it?
That
No.
is a thing.
No, a friend of mine just messaged me because he's watching the stream going, that's not controversy, Cat. It actually happened. I'm like, chicha.
The thing is, it's like we're still trying to get through, and I'm still withholding final judgment until I see the whole thing. I found it very disjointed, and I'm like, I don't like a lot of the style of how the storytelling is going. But I'm still withholding final judgment until I'm all the way through the game. But it's the thing that annoys me when dealing with a lot of the stuff is there's a lot. There seems to be a thing going around online saying that anyone who has anything bad to say about The Last of Us, just because they hate the gays and the women's.
Yeah, it's like anyone who hated the Ghostbusters reboot. They were all like, "You just hate women." I'm like,
And it's
Nah,
like,
that movie was garbage.
"Thank you."
Sorry, it ain't that movie was garbage.
It's like for me, like I'm used to saying my opinion on movies or games, and people telling me, fuck you're wrong for this, that, or that stupid reason, and I'm just like, well, that's not what I think, so it doesn't matter what you say. But now people come and like saying that my fiance, she's not really enjoying The Last of Us Part 2 right now.
I'm sorry, is some people like flirting in your chat?
And so you get people online saying anyone who has anything bad to say, it's because they're sexist, homophobic pieces of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck you say about my one? The fuck you say?
Anyway, Anime Nerd donated $2 and goes, "Have you thought about reviewing The Exorcist?" Oh, please, Decker, review The Exorcist and the sequel, which is so batshit insane.
Oh, of course you'd want the sequel. That's the entire reason you want me to review The Exorcist. It's not for The Exorcist review. It's for The Exorcist 2 review.
Yeah, don't judge me.
God damn it.
I just want you to... Oh, please. There are a lot of movies I want you to review just because the sequels are batshit insane.
But after all that involving Last of Us Part 2, here's a little thing to talk about that might be interesting. There's beer.
Go on.
Boulevard Brewing Company, Space Camper Cosmic IPA India Pale Ale.
Oh, there's a company making a beer based off The Last of Us.
Right.
Yeah,
Is it
if
of
you
course
remember
that's
the Fallout 76 Nuka rum, this is pretty much the same thing, except it's Last of Us. It's what game companies do now.
It's a great way to advertise, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's a little mean because it kind of makes it sound like all gamers are alcoholics, although some games you're going to need alcohol.
Well, I would suggest some drinks to
I'm
go
not helping
with
right now.
this one. But here's, at Boulevard, our love for gaming has no bounds. From old school retro shooters to critically acclaimed narrative experiences, we'll play it all.
Oh, you know what? To tap on what Timothy Armstrong is saying, from what I heard about Cyberpunk 2077 is, one, the coronavirus kind of
Delayed it.
It delayed it, and this does give it more time to polish it, because that was why the first time it got delayed was to polish it up some more. It's like during playtesting, they just found like minor bugs that were just like driving them nuts.
They had delayed it initially, and then the Rona hit and everything, and they were saying that they were learning as they go about developing from home and having everyone still working on it while the situation has changed so greatly, but they still thought that they could reach the date, and now they pushed it back 2 more months. I feel like this date
I'm fine with it.
is probably going to be a lot more solid, considering they've had the time to work from home and figure out, okay, we needed 2 more months to do this.
Ooh, Rob Blankenship, I'm with you, brother.
I like the idea of Assassin's Creed Valhalla Mead.
But,
same.
the Boulevard...
Although, I'd like to point out, with all these delays, at least it's not like with Duke Nukem Forever, where there were constant delays, but at least we're seeing product of what's going on, and it's not going to be a pile of crap. No, I'm not bitter about the Duke Nukem 4 game.
But our Last of Us beer here also is tied to a little contest that's on one of those lovely things here. I've already entered.
Why is my name highlighted like that?
It
where am I
has
broadcasting
one of
from?
those
My
random
house.
little drawings if you do the thing where you enter and you visit them on Facebook and you visit them on Instagram, you follow them on Twitter, and you search to see if you can actually get anywhere near you. I can't. They don't sell this crap anywhere close to me. But if you do all that, for your 5 entries, they are giving away a couple of PlayStation 4 Pros. So
If you by chance get a PlayStation 4 Pro and you don't need your old PlayStation, could you throw it over here, please? I want a PlayStation.
Oh, I feel bad because I gave my PS4 to my son.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember that one contest where it's like you could enter to see all the Stephen King movies?
oh yeah,
I entered. I didn't win, as you can clearly see.
Yeah,
Because if I did,
I didn't win. I was like, just pick me. I do this literally for a living. Just
Corona
remember-
missed the chance not having product placement in The Last of Us
Just
2.
have me watch all these Stephen King movies and then say how I feel? And you give me thousands of dollars for it as if that's a challenge?
I actually joked when I entered, when my mom was watching me enter, I go, if I win, I'm going to somehow contact Decker Shadow and make him my +1.
Oh, thank you. That would have been nice.
See, well, as you can see, I didn't win and you didn't be my +1. I'm sorry, Decker. I tried.
If I
I
drink
even
enough
used-
of this beer, will I not notice the badness? If you're passed out, I guess it's kind of hard to...
Did no one hear about the PS5? I'm sure we all heard about the PS5 and the memes that came with it.
Look at one
It
of the
looks like
buildings in the background on the title card.
I remember looking at the PS5 and I was like, it looks like it's wearing a tuxedo. Also, it looks like a white Eye of Sauron tower.
Actually, I was thinking it looked kind of like the Child of Eve from WALL-E.
It's like
It just looks like one of the suits from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to me.
someone made a joke going, someone
Looks like Perfect Cell's
I
head.
personally like the fact that it doesn't just look like another simple black box. I figured, Sony was going to do something, because they have some kind of artsy thing going on for everything other than, like, maybe the PlayStation 1 was just like, here is a gray box, it's got a disc drive and buttons on it. There you go.
have fun.
We
kid.
forgot to add air vents. Very sorry about that.
Make your own.
This motorcycle US fella donated $2 saying, if drink enough, will I not notice the game badness?
I remember someone did a joke going, so the Xbox is Black Mesa designed, the PlayStation is made by Aperture Science, and the Switch is just made by Manco. Val jokes!
Oh yeah,
And I was-
PS5 does look kind of like a router, yes. But
Anime Nerd donated $2 going, Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. Thoughts?
see, now I've got 2 Unlimited's Maximum Overdrive stuck in my head again. Damn it.
I remember
Would you
that
like-
being one of the Stephen King adaptations that I actually thought was
Sorry.
decent. Like, unironically, I actually
It
watched...
was written by Stephen King, it was directed by Stephen King, it was produced by Stephen King.
I'm
It was
aware, yeah.
Stephen King.
Yeah,
He was in it.
At the same time, when I watched it, I was like, this is not a terrible movie.
But did
I like
anyone
the
else
design
see
of
the
the car.
PlayStation 5 event?
What?
Did anyone see the PlayStation 5 event where they showed off gameplay?
Yeah,
No.
is no one going to talk about the new Hitman game?
No, and
No, I was going to talk about Kara, Bridge of Spirits. That's the best looking thing they showed.
Okay, valid point, but still, can someone talk about the new Hitman game? New
There's
creative ways to murder. Am I the only one in this universe that actually likes Hitman unironically? Thank you, Thick Black Daddy.
Mm.
The silence is hilarious. Yeah.
Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. Could probably drink to it.
Yeah, you could. Listen, you gotta finish the stand first.
That's going to take forever.
Oh, come on. We just got past the mystical Black Jesus. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We're like halfway there. We just got to get through the other 3 hours.
Yeah, you guys have to do. You guys get to drink. I'm doing it sober.
That's fair. True. She's got us there.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I drink water.
But on the topic of horror movies, there is a little bit of news regarding the Final Destination reboot, in that it's maybe not a reboot, even though
What?
it is a reboot. It's weird.
So,
It's
So
a
is it like-
reboot that's not a reboot.
so is it like a soft reboot where it's like they have something?
I
I
don't
think
know
it's
because
set in the same universe of the original movie, if I remember correctly.
That's what they're saying. In an interview with Digital Spy, Jeffrey Reddick, the creator of the franchise, had the following to say as reported by Haunted Ghosts. I think reboot is probably too strong of a word. It makes it sound like they're going to change everything, but it's definitely a Final Destination movie.
As opposed to a Care Bears movie.
Yeah,
I watched that.
it's
I
like-
watched the Final Destination Care Bears movie.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but they're like, hey, it's in the canon, it's not a reboot, it's like... So did the
what,
rest
is
of
it
it happen yet? Or did that not happen? Or I mean,
Is it set in
everyone's
another
talking
part of
about
the
all this
universe
stuff
where no
about
one
it
knows
being a
about it?
reboot, and is it not a reboot? Because then it's just a sequel.
I mean, I thought it said like it's set in the same universe back in the OG location. I feel like this is going to be like the exact same events that that's just happening to a
So
new
it's a
set of people.
modernization?
They're saying they're going to follow like first responders, like
Right.
firefighters
Oh.
and
Oh.
EMTs. And,
I remember that, and I said that's a bad idea and a red flag, especially in these climates.
I kind of feel like from the sound of things, it's like, okay, this is going to be set back in the same place that the first one did, except we're going to have none of the main characters from before, which would be kind of hard since I think they're all dead. And basically some new stuff is going to happen. I'm like, so basically, in a nutshell, you're making a Final Destination movie again.
So stop me if I go too far off the rails here.
Mm-hmm.
But can that kind of gore fest kind of exist in this land of snowflakes?
Yes.
Gore,
Because-
people tend to be okay with.
It's sexual harassment we have issues with.
They don't have to take
What?
it.
Don't kill her. Her left titty is bigger than the other. Is it like that?
No, they would go kill her. Her left titty is bigger than the
See,
other.
damn it, now I want
That's
beer.
bad.
I have a lot
I'm
of
sorry.
beer
I dated a
over
lady who
there,
had an
but
E cup
it's
and a
still,
C cup. It was weird.
It's still fermenting, kind of.
Your
There's
boob is
also,
fermenting?
My beer.
Oh.
And I'm also ticked off at the cider. Not the cider. I was making cider. The cider was coming out fine. But then I put it in with the apple juice concentrate to try and make a sweeter, fizzy cider, and it's not getting fizzy at all. It is not increasing in pressure whatsoever. And
No.
I'm
I
like,
would love to see Michael Bay make.
I'm
a
looking
Final
at the
Destination
ingredients
movie.
of this
Ooh, I
concentrate,
would
and I'm
love that
like,
too.
For some
it just
reason, I
says apple
imagine
juice
all of them
concentrate and
exploding.
ascorbic acid. That should be fine.
Although it depends, which era of Michael Bay are we dealing with? Are we dealing about the weird, creepy exploitation of Megan Fox era?
Isn't that
or
like his
trans-
whole career?
We ain't even
Yes.
going there.
Yeah.
We ain't going there.
What about when he first started out and he was just making music videos?
Wait,
And the Got Milk commercial, remember?
Decker's
He did
food
the
is
Got-
fermented? Yes, Demon Orc. I do enjoy sauerkraut.
Also,
You know, some people during this outbreak are making bread. You're making beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's liquid bread.
It's good for you. We like to drink it till we spew.
I'm drinking liquid Corona bread.
You sound so proud of yourself, Thick Black Daddy.
Ole.
You forgot the limes.
I know what I said.
They're doing
No, I
Dungeons
meant-
and Dragons, trying to humanize Drow and that's just weird.
What? What's going on?
It's just the little controversy going on with D&D, where people are saying that, hey, orcs are like described as an evil race. This is
No, they're
clearly
not.
talking about black people and very racist.
No, it's not. No, it's
Nah,
not.
they're
I
just
had to
trying to
get.
mind their own business, and somebody came over and like, "Hey, we want your shit." And the orcs is all like, "No, our technology is better than yours." Yeet.
See,
That's it.
I'm just there like it. If you look at orcs and you see black people, think that you're racist. Not. It doesn't mean that the orcs
I said
are
the same
racist
thing
depiction.
when people was like, "Guys, we all know Piccolo's black. My dude's green, wrong colored."
I mean, can someone have an orc and they are writing them in a way that is clearly racist and clearly a reference to black people, and they're being racist against blak people doing so? Yes, that is in the
Yes.
realm of possibility.
Can you
Well,
make an
it's
orc that is extremely white? Yeah.
Yeah, you can make some.
Oh, that makes me think of that orc from Oblivion.
I was thinking of 99 Nights. Remember the
yeah.
white
Oh
skinned
shit! I forgot
goblin?
about that game. I actually like that game. I kind of miss that game.
Yeah.
What happened to that game?
Even though it was just like a slower Dynasty Warriors to me, but
Yeah.
I still like it.
I remember they made a 99 Nights 2 that was all dark and gritty, and then nothing ever
And
happened
really
with the series.
fast-paced and edgy.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that during the brown era of video games?
Oh, yeah.
Doo-doo.
No, I mean like everything was a shade of brown. Because we have to be serious and dirty and gritty and be brown shades. No color for anyone. And that's
You know,
why I
Stephen
like
Austin-
Borderlands.
You know, Stephen Austin, you right. When this coronavirus shit broke out through Corona stocks, boy, they dropped.
33% off for Decker.
Yeah. I got that at a discount. No one was buying it. I'm like, nothing wrong with the beer.
Oh, that's funny. That's the exact same reason why I bought Corona.
Did you just do beer math and go, yes? Do your math is
can't believe
basically
that is exactly what happened.
Demon Orc says in World of Warcraft, the trolls are basically Jamaican for some reason. And yeah, that is true.
the dwarf. Okay, I've never played WoW. I know. Shun me later.
It's like when you have the fantasy setting and they try to come up with a sort of culture for your fantasy. You try and come up with a culture for your fantasy race. A lot of times, people will draw from an inspiration,
cultures.
and yeah, the trolls in World of Warcraft are very heavily influenced by Jamaican themes.
The moth race I'm making are very, very reminiscent of moths.
Tree Spirit, to put this in a nutshell, Final Fantasy was not Square Enix, it was Squaresoft at the time. It was Squaresoft like last resort on making a video game, or was they're gonna be like pretty much out of business. But when that shit sold like hotcakes, they're like, well, fuck it, let's keep making some more Final Fantasy.
And it took me until I was 25 years old to figure out that I didn't have to play the very first Final Fantasy to understand it, and each game is its own separate universe. You wouldn't believe how many times I went speed dating and guys thought I had 3 heads because I said I never played a Final Fantasy game, and they wouldn't let me explain.
Fuck is speed dating?
It's this thing I do at conventions where I hopefully find a like-minded nerd to fall in love with and romance, and speed dating is very, very interesting. You get to
Girl,
go
just get some dick.
That's how you get the dick.
What the fuck? You ain't gonna do all that. That's just getting dick with extra steps. Cut that shit out.
But it's so easy.
Well, just walk up to just walk up to a dude and just be like, "Hey, penis."
Okay.
He makes it sound like it's The Sims, you know?
I don't know. Just duct tape your titties together and be like, cleavage. You just show some cleavage. You're like, hey, you want some twattage? Come on now. I could die anytime. Give me some dick.
But do be careful, because you may, in fact, get crabs. Such as in a game coming to Switch.
That game is already on, I think it's on PC, actually.
Really?
You can play as like giant crabs, lobsters, crawfish, and shit. Well, not crawfish.
I want to play as a crawfish.
Yeah, fight
hold on.
crab.
I mean, I gotta say, I read this and I was just like, the hell am I looking
See, there's
at?
a special 18 plus edition where you play as pubic lice.
God damn it.
What?
Anyway,
Did I
this is kind of a
Yes, you heard me say
physics-based
pubic
fighter.
lice.
Physics-based fighter. You see that lovely lobster there, dual-wielding revolvers, cowboy lobster, gotta love it.
Yeah.
And there, of course, we have the crab there with his motherfucking chainsaw.
But not his other hand. It's only
Can
one
I
hand.
stress that I am in love with EDF's laser chainsaw?
Can I point out
And I just love the trailer for Fight Crab here.
I want this game in my life.
I'm gonna give myself, I'll be playing this game and then I'll just be like, damn it, I'm hungry, I want to.
Yeah, can we get crap hot boiled going?
Yo, they got freaking nunchucks and lightsabers. What's up? You're throwing a freaking hammer, drill lasers. What? You got spears and swords. Oh my god, they're fighting on a dinner table.
Oh my god, there's different species of crabs. Do they have different crabs?
So they can be giants, or human size, or regular size.
I feel like someone just looked at the PSP like old trailer and just had giant enemy crab act off in their head. It's like, I have to.
I was thinking like that one level in Katamari Damacy where you collect all the crabs. And they're doing weird shit while you're collecting them. Motorcycle US donates $5 going, what do y'all think of Eastwood's Equal Opportunity Ticket in Gran Torino? Even to white guy, I'm telling him, guys, not to want. Can someone read this? I'm having
What do y'all
trouble.
think of Eastwood's Equal Opportunity for vegan and Gran Turismo? Even though a white guy told them guys not going to be as pros and not playing shit.
Gran Torino, not Turismo.
Oh, did I say Gran Turismo? Yeah,
Yes, you
Gran
did.
Torino.
When I see Gran Torino, I'm thinking My Hero again because I'm horrible like that.
So yeah, that was Fight Crab.
This is a beautiful trailer, by the way.
I want this game.
I'm sorry, is a fucking crab going Super Saiyan?
I
Yes.
think so. Also,
Crab. People.
I fully
crab.
believe that this game is going to be a hit beat for the simple reason that think about what, like throughout our lives when we were growing up, think about the weird shit that like became so popular. Think about Lemmings. a show where you have a bunch of idiots and you have basically have to herd them to safety to the exit. This has to be the most frustratingly dumb idea, and yet for like a year and a half, Lemmings sold like hotcakes.
Well, remember that one game that got super popular,
they
Genital
made
Jousting.
sequels to Lemmings. They had Lemmings
That game is
3D
banned from
on
Twitch.
PlayStation 1.
Ask me how I know.
Why is Lemmings banned from Twitch?
No, not Lemmings. Genital jousting.
Well, I don't know why.
Eddie Herder
Genitals.
says that's just how Japanese people decide what to eat.
I don't know, but I know
Who
I
wins
decided
or
to
who
play it on-
loses the fight?
I don't know, but I know I decided to play genital jousting on Twitch, and I got a 3-day ban.
Also, I keep watching these and I just keep thinking, do you guys remember that old meme where it was like, crab people, walk like crab, talk like man? It's like an old internet
Why
meme.
do I vaguely remember that, actually?
So yeah, Fight Crab is supposed to be coming to Switch soon.
Is that like an old, like...
in
what was the
Asian
website?
markets?
It's like
but
it's
you
an
say
old
it's,
Newground
internet
thing?
thing.
it's on
Yeah, I think
Steam.
it was
Oh,
Newgrounds.
I think about
It might be Newgrounds.
Ah, disappointment. Happiness.
It's empty. Disappointed.
Oh boy.
And then
Dude, I really remember
you see,
that
talking
shit.
about internet memes, now I think about the Badgers. Anyone else remember those, or
From,
are they all tried?
Here's a badger. There's a badger. No, wait,
No,
that's the llama one.
No.
Badger,
Badges.
Oh, no, shut up, shut up!
Badges. Mushroom.
No! I just got that out of my head.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give him
Give
a
it a
lick.
slick.
Lick. It tastes just like raisin.
With a stroke of its mane, it turns to a plane. Random shit that I have stuck in my head, and I know it, and I hate that.
Narwhal,
Fuck you,
narwhal,
Newgrounds.
swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, because they're really awesome. I remember there was a commercial playing the narwhal song, and I'm like, what year am I in? I remember there was a way I would try to find my friends at conventions was to sing the narwhal song.
Am I the only one who wants to see The Matrix 4?
Matrix 4 has been delayed.
I wonder why, Decker.
Let me see. Where is? Oh yeah, that's on the list of a whole bunch of. That was the thing that was on
Oh,
the
crap, people from
front
South Park.
of this particular thing. Warner Brothers has pushed back the release date of many movies. In this article, they led with Matrix 4, but I went through and I checked. Of notes, the dates have changed for. Tenet was coming out July 17th. Now it's going to be coming out July 31st. That's not going to sound nearly as bad as what's about to come up. Wonder Woman
burps?
1984 was coming out August 14th. Now,
Bruh,
October 2nd.
that trailer was hype.
What,
Mate.
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman 1984, that trailer was hype. Bro, Homegirl was swinging fucking lightning, my dude.
Well, it can be hyped
How
for a
about
few
Wonder
more
Woman?
months.
Overhyped
That's
myself.
all
I
we
need to
got.
calm down.
Wonder
Matrix
Woman is
4
so
has been
beautiful.
delayed from May 2021 to April 2022. Godzilla vs. Kong has been delayed from November 20th, 2020 to May 21st, 2021.
Rob
Okay.
Blankenship just
Although-
Did they all have a stroke while I made food?
Probably.
A stroke of genius!
Oh, can I
the way-
tap on that for a second?
Oh.
I love if you pay attention to like some of the stuff in I think it was Skull Island, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
If you like pay attention to like the really, really small details, a little bit towards the end, it does explain how they're gonna make Kong like near the same size as Godzilla.
Magic? Is it magic?
No, it's just damn, I'm trying to remember it all.
Climate change?
It has something to do with it's something. It was something stupid. It just doesn't make sense. But you know,
That this
plot
Godzilla
armor.
is not a grown
Climate
up?
change?
Climate change.
Why is it climate change with you, Decker? It's not always about
It has
climate
something to
change.
do
It
with
is
him,
in
like,
Deep Blue
adapting
Sea
to-
3.
It has something to do with him adapting to his environment and
Climate
his growing
change!
bigger. It was something really, really dumb, and it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, okay, so you're moving him from the jungle, which has plenty of oxygen, which made things huge back in the day,
Yeah.
dinosaurs and shit,
Yes.
to
See-
the carbon-infested city where there's, you know what I'm saying, and ain't no oxygen there. So I'm just like, how the hell you gonna make? You know what? You do you. I just want to see the damn movie.
Oh, Oh, so it's like that silly theory that some person pointed out because apparently Gallifrey has more oxygen, so the doctor's like getting high on Earth, and we're like, uh-huh. So that's why he's on Earth a lot.
There's also the Witches remake that we've discussed a few times on the show. It's being delayed from October 9th this year to sometime in 2021. And the Tom and Jerry thing has moved from December 23rd to March 5th, 2021.
Look, they tried this back in the 90s during the Disney Renaissance, and all they were trying to do was copy that. I don't think this movie has high hopes.
Godzilla versus Pacific Rim.
Isn't that Pacific Rim?
Isn't it? Yeah.
What if Godzilla just kind of come in and just like... Godzilla versus Pacific Rim versus Cloverfield. Godzilla just comes in and just treats them all like the American Godzilla.
I will jack everybody
Final
off in there that made that movie. I'd be down to watch Cloverfield versus Godzilla. That's just me. I'm a big kaiju fan. Sue me.
I will not.
So basically, like Pacific Rim. It's basically
Roald Dahl witches, yes.
Godzilla versus Evangelion,
facing a remake,
sort of. So, sure, why not?
Godzilla versus Power Rangers Megazord.
Godzilla versus... Hey, that's like every other freaking monster in freaking Power Rangers, isn't it?
How Kong is going to defend against Godzilla when he can blast out energy like a nuclear weapon. I assume that...
Donkey Kong did I say Donkey Kong? What the fuck?
Yes, you did.
King Kong, he does have agility.
I figure he's going to do the Dragon Punch.
Although King Kong was, I think, like...
Donkey Kong was based on...
was inspired by King Kong.
Well, I've heard two stories. One, he's inspired, and the other ones were like, oh, it's just a pure coincidence.
Whether he was inspired or a pure coincidence, Universal did sue Nintendo for the use of... for copying King Kong, and Nintendo beat them in court because King Kong was in the public domain.
Because it's based on... Oh, yeah, the
super
movie...
chat is. What's the super chat?
It's a chat, which is super.
Oh, because apparently we missed it.
If you're talking about the one about the Gran Torino, we already read that one because that's
we
the
already
last
read
super
it,
chat.
and we answered it. Well, I answered it.
Well, you talked about Gran Turismo.
I did.
I love Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo PlayStation 5 footage looked nice.
Danny DeVito versus
biased
Godzilla.
opinion. Can I stress how much I love racing games? I mean, hell, look at this. I literally have like a goddamn $300 steering wheel just attached to my damn desk. I love
You're like
racing
a
games.
NASCAR driver.
Did I mention just the steering wheel alone was $300? I'm not going to talk about the pedals.
You got the
I have
clutch?
underneath. Yes. Oh, of course.
Nice.
Do you have the gear shift?
Work in progress.
Okay.
Well,
You're like... It's like, their setup is kind of like, so when Redacted happened, NASCAR was like, okay, we have to entertain the fans. So we're going to play the NASCAR racing game. Like, controllers aren't the same as the thing. So the NASCAR drivers all bought these cockpit, which were basically exact one-to-one replicas of their cars that are, well, the driver's seat only. So they would actually have a one-to-one experience of driving the NASCAR racing game. Like,
well,
no.
It wasn't the NASCAR racing game. The game itself was called iRacing. It is currently the world's #1 most advanced racing sim in the world right now.
Ah, you know of it.
Oh, well, did you not just see my shot whoop? I'm gonna chill. I got the Bible right here. I'm gonna chill.
No, I was meaning you were aware of the NASCAR news because, you know.
Oh, you were on my Twitch today? Eddie Herder was on my Twitch today. Weird.
Who's Eddie Herder?
I don't know. He's Eddie Herder. At least it's not Eddie Gordo.
Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, he's been a fan of Forza Horizon?
No, Eddie Gordo. Tekken. You never heard of Tekken?
Yes, I've heard of Tekken.
So you should know who Eddie Gordo is.
I know.
Yeah, he's the Brazilian helicopter.
My favorite racing game that I had played that I'm so sad that they haven't made any new ones is Rally Sport Challenge.
Have you played Burnout on Switch?
Burnout. Dirt Rally kind of took that over for me.
Dirt Rally does a good job, but I played it in VR, and I was there like, hey, on PSVR, the car feels kind of tiny. Am I the only one? And everyone's like, oh, you probably have it set wrong and such. I'm like, no, all my other VR games look fine. Like, this isn't my first VR game. Why is the car tiny? Why does it feel like I'm driving around in little power wheels?
Should I drink another beer?
I should, but I mean,
Drink responsibly.
What does that mean?
It means have another damn beer.
God bless you. Motorcycle
Uh,
US did drop $2 saying about the movie and not here because game was playing.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused now.
I'm doing my math.
Eddie Gordo, love Eddie. Eddie was the best. You know what? My
I
dad
think
back in
like
the
that.
day
I think
used
you're
to
getting
main-
the whole stream drunk.
But my dad back in the day, I would love a Burnout 3 remake. But back in the day, my dad used to main Eddie Gordo and he used to tease me because he used to beat my ass. I really went out my way back in the day to learn Brian Fury because I read somewhere that he was a counter to Eddie Gordo. So I really went out my way to learn Brian Fury just to slap my dad around.
And your dad still kicked your ass.
No, he's dropped it for Mortal Kombat because I got good.
Ah.
I prefer
like, yeah, you
arcade
can slap
racing
all them buttons you
over
want.
Sim,
Guess
says
what?
Rob Blankenship.
I would love a new Twisted Metal game. The latest one I am very bittersweet about.
So TikTok Daddy, one question.
I'm
Is
black.
your plan
Yes.
to like build the entire car in your room piece by piece and not be able to drive it anywhere?
Isn't there a simulator based on that, Decker? Didn't you play a simulator where you had to build your car piece by
My
piece?
summer car.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. You should try it.
No, because I have an amazing V6 twin turbo all-wheel drive 517 horsepower car sitting in my garage, and nothing will ever be able to replace that.
Does it have cup holders?
No, it doesn't actually.
Shame. You gotta go buy those $5 cup holders you stick in your window.
Yep.
The back seats are meant for like amputees or midgets.
Favorite racing game is Grand Theft Auto 5. I've always wanted to play Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know. I've been very VR in my head lately because, like I said last week on Live and Wired, I think I said it last week. Yeah, I said it last week. Was my fiance has purchased my birthday present slightly early. I'll be getting an Oculus Quest, and it'll be arriving on Monday. That's when it's scheduled to arrive, which means
You have your old one.
No.
didn't have a previous. I mean, I did,
Oh.
but it was a PSVR. And
Oh.
well,
doesn't have hot
technically,
dogs.
there are ways to make a PSVR work on PC. It just takes work. Yeah,
I mean, sure.
but technically,
you
you
know
can
what?
actually make it work on PC better than it works on PlayStation 4. So
You know, I feel bad for motorcycle. I mean, wait, who? Somebody was asking about the Gran Torino movie.
Yes.
I mean, do you want a black man's perspective? Because for one, it's Clint Eastwood, classic legend in my eyes. You know, I actually did watch a lot of his old westerns, with my old granddad, and I digged them. And from my perspective, and I do mean like from a general black man perspective, I actually like the role he played in there because just from my experience, it was accurate. So it didn't bother me. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. Depending on which angle you look at that movie, it will seem wrong. It will seem very, very wrong. But from my personal experience, it seemed fairly accurate, and I think that's why I enjoyed the movie. I didn't hate it, but that's just me.
To now take this very, very serious moment away now.
Meow.
Thank you. GMK Boy 2001 just donated $24.99. Going, Sup Decker, how you been?
pretty good. Fiance bought me an Oculus Quest. Still waiting for it
That
to
mean-
arrive.
Are you gonna finally play hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades?
Yes, I am, because I know
That
how to
sounds
set a
awesome.
Quest up as a PC VR headset, and I've got that on my wish list, and I'm like, I'm doing it. And I was looking up, I'm like, do they have the Taurus Judge in this? And they're like, no, because that has shells of different lengths. I'm like,
I like the Juice game. The second one's crap. Yeah, I feel that.
and it's
What's
like,
the
okay,
juice
well,
game?
how
That
about
was the old,
the
like,
Gilboa
right-
Snake
I'm a-
double barrel AR-15? Is that in there? And they're like,
It was like an old Ricer. game
no,
from
because
the
we don't have
days.
multi-feed systems in this game. It doesn't work with the code. I'm like,
I feel like I
well,
should
what
pick
guns do you have?
They have the gun from Stargate. The
Do
one
you
that
ever
shoots
get
around
busy
corners.
in the car, Black Daddy? Yes, actually, I am building It's a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4, mind you, and I have been slowly building it over the years to be a track car. Unlike my dad, he believes, like every other American, V8, go straight. And I'm like, Dad, make a left turn, I dare you.
So basically, you're going for a rally while he's just going for drag race.
Well, much more just track, like I like GP circuit racing car because I love high speeds. I do love turning and stuff like that.
Turning is
Uh,
great.
I mean, I have gone like super straightforward. When I was in college, I went to the School of Automotive Machinists to get my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, and we did have a drag strip car there, naturally aspirated. I think it was a Jesus Christ, it was a 8.0 V8 making 1,018 horsepower, and I had the pleasure of driving that car to 200.8 miles an hour. And black people are not meant to go that fast because they thought it was sweat that was on my suit, and thank God, because they don't need to know the truth.
Was there something that was? Oh,
Yeah, she finally got it.
sorry. That was half paying attention because she's trying to find her water glass. It's missing. It's over there.
This mystery is solved.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
out of my arm's ring.
what I love the fact is that like out of all the students that was there was only like a 75 students that got into that school. They only picked like 3 students to drive the school's drag car, and luckily I was one of the 3. And we went to the Texas Mile, which is, I don't know, somewhere in the desert way out west.
Most likely in the desert.
Most likely in Texas.
Hmm. And they gave me 3 tries. My first time was actually only 137. They're like, you can push it further than that. And mind you, at the time I drove like a Honda Accord for like a daily driver. So going from like a car that made like 120 horsepower to 1,018 was a massive leap.
Yeah.
Like, no, you gotta go faster than that, man. You can do. I was like, I can. All right, and then my second run was 171, and mind you, I was scared out of my wits. I legit did cardio just from sitting there because my heart was going through my chest. And they're like, you're not really pushing it, because mind you, they do have computers and stuff that monitor the car. They're like, you're not really pushing. I see you coming off the gas halfway down. I was like, because I'm a bitch. That's why. So like, no, you gotta push it. So I want to live. So like the last run, I said, all right, fuck it, because everybody else, like, they finished their runs, they went balls out. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well go balls out. You know, I got this roll cage, I got a 6-point harness, I got this flame-proof suit, thick helmet. Why not? And that's when I got to 200.8 miles an hour. And what I thought was funny is that my teacher's wife got in the car and she was all like, hey, let me show you boys how it's done. And she did 218 miles an hour on her first try. And I was like, oh.
So you failed at becoming the Stig from Top Gear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah.
Drink of
Behold.
Modelo. Amen. Who is John Wayne?
Okay, I'm about to go down.
Well,
Go on.
let's talk about a little bit of news.
Beer. Somebody needs to hold his beer.
Talk about a little bit of news. Jeepers Creepers 4 has been announced.
That's a thing?
Creepers. Take a look at them. That song was playing at the freaking farmer's market that I was working at to sell my stuff. And I'm like, I was paranoid, like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
But yes, we got a little excerpt from an article on iHorror.com. It says, from what we understand, a title can be tagged as announced for years on IMDb without any movement, but the Jeepers Creepers 4 announcement was updated on May 8th, 2020. This can mean 2 things. Either it's rolling along, or it's going to be marked as such for years to come. The Jeepers Creepers 4 profile also had actor Jonathan Breck listed as rumored to return. Breck played the Creeper in the original and 2 sequels. We reached out to Breck's agent and asked if he knew anything about the recent announced status and Breck's association with the project. There's nothing to say, really, his agent responded. We have had no contact with anyone. However, that doesn't mean that something isn't being worked on. Jeepers Creepers 3 showed that status for 12 years. We checked back today, and Breck's name has been removed from the Jeepers Creepers 4 IMDb page.
So either A, they hired a new actor, or B, he called his agent going, can you just remove me from the thing so I don't have to be bothered about it by these news articles? I don't need some creepy long-haired guy talking about me.
Oof.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sitting here wondering which one of us is she talking
Yeah.
about?
But
Not the token black guy. I kind of stand out a bit, don't you think? Feeling like the last Cocoa Puff in the sea of milk.
that's making me think
A
of
bowl of
like
milk.
the whole
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers series. It's like
No,
the
it's a
first
sea of
one.
milk.
The first one came out like it actually was sort of unique, and it felt like it could have done so much more if it had a bigger budget. And the second one came out, had a bigger budget, and was a sequel.
Did absolutely fucking
There's a
nothing with
creep-
the budget it was given.
And then
There's apparently
the third one came out, like I said, 12 years later, and that really wasn't worth 12 years. It didn't really harken back to the first kind of mystery and intrigue. It wasn't quite as hokey as the second, but that's just because the second was incredibly hokey. This was still a sequel.
Decker.
I didn't even know that was a part 3, let alone a part 4 in the works.
Decker, there's apparently the Creeper comics, which I guess are based off of the Jeepers Creeper guy.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, Decker. Google. Wait, which one was the one that the Creeper had those weird ninja stars made out of human bones?
Second.
Was that 2 or 3? Oh,
I thought that was the first one. Like, was that the one on the school bus? I think it was.
that's the second one.
Oh no, that's like okay. So it
That's the one with
might
the-
have been the second one.
The first
was
one,
the
he was
one-
making a quilt out of people, and they turned into porcelain weird things.
Also, wall-to-wall corpses.
Mm.
Yeah, the second one's the one with the school bus and the massive racism and the massive homophobia and the massive weird psychic thing that no one ever explained.
Huh, look at that. There are Jeepers Creepers comic books. This is something I did not know about.
Yeah, that could be interesting. I should read up on that because there's the first one established that there is a ton of lore you can dig into, and then they just never really explored it in the sequels.
Did you see the cats yet?
It's
Did you
just
see the?
the sequels on Jeepers Creepers is just 23 years, 23 days eats. There we go. It's like yeah, but he takes people's body parts and like puts them on himself and makes shit out of them, and he's like this immortal evil, and there's something to be said about that.
I just want to see
Yo,
like what a,
somebody's actually look pretty dope. Actually, holy crap.
I just want to see one of those home makeover shows go to the Creeper's little cave home and be like,
We
"So
talk
you
about the
decided-"
Creeper or Buffalo Bill. Well, on that note, there is Buffalo Bill, of course, was based on Ed Gein, but so was Leatherface and Norman Bates. Come to think of it, you got to be a pretty fucked up serial killer if they can make many horror series out of inspired by you.
and a documentary that wasn't 100% accurate, which Decker reviewed.
Oh yes. Oh boy. But you know what else you can do? You can make him sexy. You can give him the old Bowsette
Oh, no.
treatment, and you can make Leatherface into that.
Sexy anime waifu. I want to point out, I've seen some artists do like sexy anime waifus that are apparently they're going to be actual figurines. I've seen the one for Chucky, the one for Pinhead. The Pinhead one is really actually not that bad.
It's a Bishoju statue,
Yeah.
Oh, this is
otherwise
very
known as
DC
those little
Comics, this.
several $100 in-action figures that you can buy at any kind of comic book store, and then just put on your shelf to appreciate.
And enjoy the great ankle detail if you remember that Shin-Chan reference.
Don't mind me. I'm just over here laughing in Rule 34.
No, the weird thing is, like, I remember seeing the art for this, and I saw the female Pinhead that they were doing. The Pinhead one isn't that bad. She's still in that leather outfit, but it's a dress with a really high slit.
What
And
bothers
he didn't
me
have-
about this mostly isn't the fact that they took off the
Leather?
pants and look, now she's all voluptuous instead of just kind of chunky like Leatherface. She's still thick. Like that's good. They
not thick.
kept
No.
that.
The real question
But
is
I'm
how
like,
many
you know-
C's in that thick though?
I think that's an F cup.
Well, why does she have like this beautiful face that of
An
not
F-cup.
leather?
Hallelujah.
Like,
think it's a
remember how
orange
Leatherface worked? His face was kind of messed up, so he cut off people's faces to replace his own face with their face, hence Leatherface. Now, why can't she have just kind of like a Melina thing going on, and then cut off women's faces to make her have a pretty face?
Don't
Like-
show him the one that was for
Yeah,
Fred.
I wanna
think
see
he
that
was
movie.
Working on
Especially, I want
over-sexualizing
to
the
see
bit.
that movie. Oh, I want to see that movie.
That's just me.
I don't know what kind
I
of
just-
movie that is, but I want to see it.
The Freddy Krueger one, she's not scarred up, which always pisses me off when I see female renditions of Freddy Krueger. I'm like, get some scars on her. This isn't Gwenpool. Put some scars on her. Make her look like Deadpool's cousin.
So, that
Well, I mean,
brings
like,
us
that's
to
his-
our lovely, lovely Twitter poll.
Meow.
Death Narcosis just said, meh, F cup's too small.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Oh,
Look,
thank you.
I'm
So-
gonna tell you right now. I'm dating a girl who's
What?
a Triple H cup. I'm trying to pedigree those titties.
I was about to- Triple H.
What horror icon out there do you believe would make the best waifu? We have the Xenomorph Queen. We have... Sorry, I just replaced this now that I thought of it. The Creeper.
Hell no.
Hell yes.
We have Audrey, too. From
For those who
Little Shop of
Shop of
Horrors.
Horror.
And Ghostface. This is on Twitter at DeckerShadow. 30 minutes starting now. I will be providing the link in the chat just a second.
please provide me the link. I need to reshare to share this.
I'd be down for a
It's going to be
female
appearing in the
Dracula.
chat in just a second.
How
Setting
you
out
doing
for
the-
restream.
Was that Eddie
There we
Eddie
go.
Murphy?
Should be popping up any minute now.
Was that Eddie Murphy that did Blackula?
No, Blackula was
I'm
in the
thinking-
1970s.
Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking about with Eddie Murphy in it?
Vampire in Brooklyn.
There we go. Thank you.
Vampire in Brooklyn. Not a bad movie.
Apparently in trending right now on Twitter is System of a Down. What year am I in?
Oh, you want to know what that's about? $5 says about the drummer because apparently he's a Trump supporter, but I ain't going into politics here.
Oh.
No, we're not.
Nope.
Yay, politics. Let's also talk about religion while we're at it.
All right, all hail the flying
Should I
spaghetti
bring it out?
monster.
Should I bring it out? I got the weapon right there, man. Word, I'll bring it out. No.
All hail Cthulhu, the mighty one.
Man, you know you can go down on some girls. I've said too much.
About Cthulhu? Say it to Cthulhu's face. Say it to the almighty Cthulhu's face.
Well, look at his face, dude. Like, yeah, you know, ladies like him when he goes mouth to south, I bet. But again, I feel like I'm saying too much.
So, anyhow, anyway, while we're talking about horror icons and things that seem to go on and on and on, anyone out there fan of the Stephen the King?
Read by Nature just said Audrey would just be Poison Ivy. I didn't think of that.
I hadn't thought of
Poison Ivy, except
Yeah.
she doesn't, like, hypnotize people. Well, I guess she does a bit, but
Yeah, she
generally
does,
she just eats them.
She doesn't eat people. Wait,
Audrey
Becker,
does.
she eat people? Yeah, and Audrey is a giant cabbage head.
My cabbages.
My cabbages!
my cabbages.
I've seen a really great on-point cosplay of Cabbage Guy.
Lord Dracon.
Oh, hail.
I like this
Lord
guy.
Dracon.
I like this guy already.
Wait, Lord Dracon, that's Tommy Oliver in the bad alternate universe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a Power Ranger.
Yes.
Anyway,
And,
Zenny-
and
Zanny Neko donated $2 to say, "All hail Lord Dracon."
so
Also, my water tastes like coffee, and I don't know why, and it's confusing me.
That's so
Stephen
fun.
King, we love to drink to his stories, but there's a story that he never quite made, but he could have, but he didn't.
Sadly, maybe.
And he tweeted out a bit, and someone wrote an article about it, so I just consolidated all his 3 tweets into one thing to say a quote of what Stephen King said. The best novel idea I never wrote, and probably never will, is I, Jason, the first-person narrative of Jason Voorhees. Twitter needs an edit button.
We all
And
agree.
his
Twitter
hellish
needs an edit
fate, killed over and over again at Camp Crystal Lake. What a hellish existential fate! Just thinking about the legal thicket one would have to go through to get permissions to make it makes my head ache. And my heart, that too. But gosh, shouldn't someone tell Jason's side of the story? Blumhouse could do it as a movie.
Which is very funny because which Friday the 13th was it that had Jason and the girl with telekinesis fighting it out?
Was that
And,
6?
I want to
That
say
was 7.
that was
was one of the later
7,
ones.
the New Blood. 8
Yeah, it was
was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
the one before was the one with Carrie in it because she's in it again, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say basically the way they wanted to do it was basically Jason versus Carrie. So I find the idea of Stephen King wanting to write a Jason story and feeling like he'd never get through all the litigation needed to. That's pretty funny.
Yep.
Okay, give me a refresher. Was it Jason X or something like that went to space?
Jason
Jason
X
X,
went to space,
yes.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes, that's the one where he goes to space.
And he becomes cyborg enhanced nanomachine Jason.
All right, can I admit something here?
You like that movie?
That's a guilty pleasure.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know why it is a guilty pleasure.
When
I don't
he's
tell
got
too
the
many people
one...
that.
The camp counselors that come out, take their tops off and says, "Let me get drunk and smoke weed and have premarital sex. We love premarital sex." And he's got the one in the sleeping bag, and he's slamming into the other in a sleeping bag, just killing them both. It's just so ridiculous. How can you not love it?
I'm
This
just
is like the third time Anthony has asked this. Did you get Doom Eternal, or are you still stuck with EDF?
He's still stuck with
Still
EDF.
Still EDF.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that same train.
yeah.
They're
It really
on
sucks because I stopped near the end of Doom Eternal, and that's when when Decker was all like, "Hey, do you like EDF?" And I was like, "Yeah, here, have all of them." I was like, shit.
Now you're stuck playing with him forever.
Yeah, I'm stuck playing EDF.
Yep. How do you? Yeah, I know that's going to be my future. I'll just be
so
playing
far safe.
EDF until the day I die.
Oh yeah.
Or until
Also, D3 Publisher has a thing going on where they have a Japanese website where they're going to announce a big game. They say. Kevin EDF reported on it, saying that it's got to be another EDF. But I'm thinking, like, D3 Publisher makes other things.
They do?
I feel like Oni Chanbara maybe up there. It's been a while since they made one of those.
It's like, wait, Nintendo makes things beyond Mario? Wait, everyone knows that.
But it's
though.
like it's got 6 cards. It's for going on for 6 days. It's supposed to pretty much announce some way to figure out what it is they're going to make at the end of the 6 days. And I've drawn 3 cards. The third one was an actual EDF card. So
I want to say real quick, speaking of bad guys turning into cyborgs, I heard this once upon a time.
yeah, let me see. I got it up right here. Boom. Let me just show. It's this site going on right here. d3p.co.jp/countdown2020.
Then Creepy, continue the story while you do the looking.
So I got this vitamin
One
X
thing I
card.
came across years ago was there was like this unreleased, like an early draft of what was going to be the Ninja Turtles, like before Ninja Turtles 3 came out, and they were time traveling back to feudal Japan. One idea that they pitched around was to have the Shredder come back again, except this time he was a cyborg, and I think they were going to introduce Baxter Stockman in that one, and that was how the Shredder became a cyborg.
I would have preferred that, honestly. I mean, I can't think of many ways to make Turtles 3 that much worse. All I know is that would probably it would stretch the budget, and the rest of the movie would suffer for it because of that.
Speaking of Ninja Turtles, did anyone actually buy that Five Nights at Freddy's looking suit from the old movies? Remember that thing was up on auction? Someone was selling.
Oh God! I thought you meant like buying the old
yeah.
movies, like the first Turtles movie comes out, and these look like turtles, right? And you're like, oh no, Five Nights at Freddy's horrible animatronic, and I'm thinking like, huh? No, it was a convincing, and like, oh, that was for sale. That thing.
That thing.
Yeah.
Did you know the creator actually has made one of his Five Nights at Freddy's spinoffs? There is actually, I think, a turtle character now.
Ooh. Think like that. Did you ever see that photo that they're talking about?
That's a thing.
With the
What,
Ninja
Five Nights at
Turtles?
No,
Freddy's?
I've never seen that.
The
That's
zombie
a thing?
turtle.
Yeah, the zombie. It's a suit from one of the Ninja Turtle movies. I think like the third one, he's the big giant freckles, and it looks like, due to its horrible condition, it looks like it's something out of FNAF.
It's like the latex
Five
has
Nights at
decayed.
Creepers. That's a thing.
The
Five Nights at
latex.
Freddy's?
The
Five
latex
Nights at
has
Freddy's.
decayed.
Mhm.
It's peeled back its skin. It's just the head. So it's just even more just.
Ninja Turtles wanted to include a fifth turtle with claws. Wolverine?
I'd go with the snap.
No. Didn't they? I legit saw
There is a fifth
random
turtle
comic.
named Kirby.
I just saw like a comic tease of a fifth turtle that have four. I think it's like 4 or 5 claws instead of 3. I guess they wanted to avoid the.
I think it's
Wolverine
actually
similarity.
from another idea that they pitched around was for in the third movie was that the Ninja Turtles were going to mutate further and they would have like superpowers. One of them, I think it was Raphael, was going to get the claws, right? Like Donatello had like a cybernetic eye, I think. I can't remember what Leonardo could do. Raphael had the claws, and Michelangelo had the ability to make himself look human.
Oh yes, because
my
I want
God,
that.
that's
Oh,
thing.
yay! Fucking wonderful.
Oh my god, yeah, the Ninja Turtle thing at the Five Nights at Freddy, just why? No.
Yeah, thank you.
Brandon Kilgore was going Kirby or Venus.
Wasn't Venus from that live action show
Yeah,
back in
the
the
new
90s?
next mutation.
That was from.
Her name was Mei-Pei Chi, but she started calling herself Venus de Milo after like the second or third episode. But yeah, she was from the Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation.
Yeah, and then there's the Ninja Turtles coming out of our shell tour. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Was the first thing Diva commissioned me to make for her thumbnails. It was the first thing.
I laughed so hard through that review because I can remember wanting to go see that when it first. I think I was like 8 and like 9 or 10, something like that, and I so badly wanted to go see that, and I could not. Well, I mean, we live nowhere near New York, so we couldn't have gone to Rockefeller Center. But like, I think they had a tour show of it too. But no touring company will come anywhere near where I live.
Jesus Christ,
is
Silver
always
Snake.
been the case.
What?
Yeah, but like I wanted to see that so
Donatello
bad,
is
and then
no.
Yeah, now I'm like, I actually wanted someone to pay money.
Though
for this.
the purple harvesters in Iron Rain, we took to calling them Donatello.
Yeah.
It's Donatello, kill it!
What turtle from the comics was infected by the woman who turned fire? Ninja Turtles is a lot more deeper than I expected it to be, and I'm really, really confused and want to curl up in my bed and question my life now.
It's like the original. The original comic is like dark and has moral ambiguity and death and all kinds of.
And guns. I remember that one.
Like the turtles aren't necessarily the good guys in the original comic.
I also
neither were the MIB. The MIB actually killed people who witnessed it, not erased their memories.
Right. Also, there was even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle adventure comics by Archie that got pretty damn dark too. So, of course, that was also the one that introduced Ninjara, the fox woman with the 2 swords, that pretty much introduced a whole generation to their furry fetish.
I was about to say, was she a foxy lady?
Yeah, she was a fox. She was a literal foxy lady.
I'm gonna be cockeyed if I roll my eyes any harder at that.
Anyhow, it's fine. It's fine if you mess up.
Armstrong is asking if anyone knows anything about the Uncharted movie, or why they canceled the Uncharted movie. Most likely budget because of stunt performing, because you're gonna have to do a lot of stunts for Uncharted.
Or they got their asses sued off by the Lucasfilm, and they're like, didn't realize that we were actually making another. Words come out of my brain.
Indiana Jones.
There we go. Yes, that. I was just trying to get as many filler words in there so I could figure out what I was trying to say, and it didn't come.
BRB bathroom.
Okay, Motorcycle US donated $2 going, Nose, F-13th, TCM, Pinhead, Nightbreed, they all have comics. I knew that Pinhead had comics. Decker mentioned it. Because it has the one girl who becomes a Hellraiser, a Cenobite.
Yeah.
And you looked at the picture and went, damn.
Damn.
You haven't done that in a while, Decker. I want to point that out.
Well, I was going to do that on Angelique Pettyjohn until I, number one, found out that she did do legit porn. And number two, found out she died of ovarian cancer.
Oh. this funny moment just got serious.
Yeah.
So it was just, okay, how do I do sort of a dam, but not really?
You could have gone, it's not a dam, but it's a interesting. Zenny Neko77 donated $2 going, Puppet Master comics were really dark. I think a lot of people get away with a lot of dark shit in comics, if you think about it. Because it's not real people being exposed to it while filming or something. Remember Punisher actually went to the Archieverse. Remember that, kids?
What? Why?
Yeah.
How?
Okay, I will explain.
That was the thing. That happened. The Punisher visited Archie.
Visited Riverdale to find drugs.
And almost murdered Archie.
How? Oh, sorry, I was just checking on the Twitter poll, and someone posted a picture, Sophistic Autistic posted a picture of a sexy pyramid head.
Is it the one where she has the giant
Send
ball
it.
clippers as a weapon?
Send it.
Oh yeah, we were gonna make Pyramid Head one of them.
I
but
didn't know
instead
this
you
was something
made
I
it the
wanted to
creature
see.
monster.
Yeah, I was thinking like Pyramid Head. Now that was going to be on the poll, but I removed it because I was thinking, how do you work around the head? And there's right there, it's like his sexy Pyramid Head. I'm like, fuck.
Listen, Pyramid Head has had sex. He has had sex. We've all witnessed it in Silent Hill 2.
Yep.
It was questionable
three-way.
consent, but it was sex.
He had a three-way.
Uh,
There were 2 mannequins.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
Prime donated $2 going, Turtles was a satire of Daredevil originally.
Yeah. It started when Eastman and Laird were just having an art session where they were drawing random things, and I can't remember which one it was, but one of them drew like a turtle wearing a black mask and a nunchuck, and then the other one drew like 3 more, so there were 4 of them. So like, hey, let's think of names for these teenage mutant ninja turtles, and there you go.
I was about to say, I've seen that. That's a very nice, sexy Pyramid Head, but I have seen sexier.
Yeah.
I may have some in my archives.
Is it
What an
weird that I
insult you
kind of
did to-
want this in a Silent Hill game now?
You want this?
I do.
I think it would be a great thing because Pyramid Head is basically judge, jury, and executioner, and would be really interesting to see if you're like, what?
I'm sorry, I misheard you. I heard Just Judy.
Shut up. No, judge, jury, and executioner of James Sutherland because, spoilers, he killed his wife in the game and he feels guilty about it.
Okay,
Depending.
I'm imagining like a Silent Hill game where like the framing of it is that you are on trial and like everything that, and like you're trying to escape from Silent Hill to prove your innocence, and like just weird shit keeps happening, but the judge sends monsters after you, and
It
they
is
all
Judge
have
Judy.
this. Yeah, it is Judge Judy, and I'm just like, at the end, of course, the twist will be, you were guilty of the crime after all. You just didn't remember it.
Yeah. I wish for a good Silent Hill game one day.
I
Please,
know.
Konami, stop making crappy pachinko games.
No, Konami is dead.
Good point.
But
Please.
video games can do good, as we have another article.
See? I helped you, Decker.
You see, the FDA
Segway.
The FDA has officially approved prescription therapy for children with ADHD. Video games.
Yay! Now, where was this when I was 20 some odd years
Well,
ago?
it's not quite as good as you might think.
Oh.
It's
never
not
is.
just, hey, play some EDF and you'll be fine.
Is it hey?
It's specific video games. The first video game-based treatment for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder has been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The video game called Endeavor RX and approved on Monday will be prescription only and aimed at children between the ages of 8 and 12 with certain types of ADHD. It will be used alongside other treatments such as clinician-directed therapy, medication and educational programs. The Endeavor
God.
RX device offers
Okay.
a non-drug option for improving systems associated with ADHD in children and is an important example of the growing field of digital therapy and digital therapeutics, Dr. Jeffrey Shuren, director of the FDA Center of Devices and Radiological Health, said in a press release. The game, which can be downloaded as an app onto mobile devices, was authorized for marketing after the FDA reviewed 5 clinical studies that included more than 600 children. The agency noted that some negative effects were reported, such as frustration, headache, dizziness, emotional reaction, and aggression, but said that there were no serious adverse effects reported. So the kids occasionally did go, "Fucking piece of shit!" But other than
That's
that...
horrible. Okay.
Did you lift off the part? I like the part where it says, "Who desperately need to get good."
Okay, so I have positives about this, but also when you mention like you have to do these other things, I just had like a weird, not too traumatic, but like weird flashback about so I have ADHD.
Ah!
Did that just burn out?
Okay, so that happened.
Well, you're gonna die now. It's a horror movie.
Oh, I
Well,
can
I
already
guess it's
see
gonna be
the
thick
shadow of
blacker
the demon
daddy.
on the back of the wall there.
Anyway, so I have ADHD, autism, and a bunch of other crap. And in the 90s, they only just lumped me in with ADHD. And one of their quote-unquote educational treatments they did, was basically they gave me a quote-unquote trigger word that they would say. Trigger word? Let me explain. It was basically the word that was supposed to be, "Cat, you're not behaving well. You must behave. And we're here to tell you you're not behaving well." Yeah, this was the
Why not
90s.
just go, "Stop it, bitch"? Like, what the...
No, they thought giving me a word to associate with doing bad things would cause me to behave better. Now, here's the kicker. They told my class that this is the word, and you're allowed to use this word to make Cat behave better. Guess
That's
what
fucked
happens? Guess what happens when you got a bunch of
incessant bullying comes to mind? Yeah! Jesus!
This sounds like the plot to a horror film. I'm
I
gonna
want it
say
to be the
that
plot
right
of a
now.
horror film. But yeah, that is one of the things they did to quote unquote make me normal.
Akira dropped $2 saying, "Hey, y'all, little late, and I'm here. What did I miss?"
Cat giving away her traumatic backstory.
Well, that was just now, but they probably caught that. I'm thinking more along the lines of the giant crabs wielding chainsaws to Japanese music. Like,
That was beautiful.
That was pretty awesome. That's like the
Also,
highlight of the show.
I had a plan on this working out, so hopefully, there we go.
And Jesus said, "Let there be light."
And there is also a Twitter poll on what horror icon would make the hottest waifu on Twitter right now at Decker Shadow. It's got about 10 minutes left, I think.
Yeah. Also, Timothy Armstrong. They couldn't use Nathan Fillion. He's what we call in the business old. Although he would be perfect for the role. He's old.
Speaking of horror films, Decker, I think there's a couple of horror-related news that we can touch on.
There's stuff going on with the last. It's not really the last thing in the title card. Is it the last thing in the title? It's almost the last thing in the title card.
We have many things to put in the title card.
Denise.
Kind of skipped over that. It's just everything is very high and positive. I guess after Cat's story, not so positive, so we can talk about that.
Denise Cronenberg.
Yeah, you want something positive to talk about right now? I'm sorry for
David Cronenberg.
My STD test.
Say what?
No, no, I'm joking.
Good news.
No, it's bad news. It's bad news.
No, that's bad news.
Denise
I do not have
Cronenberg.
STDs. Yeah.
See, that's good news.
See, it's creepy. That's why I've been having such trouble bringing that up.
Cronenberg.
Okay, everyone get sad real fast. Get very, very sad. This is a sad thing.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, Decker. I ruined this whole stream.
What was that sound you just made?
So, anyone out there like David Cronenberg movies?
The Fly is
No.
a nice.
Does anyone like the general way people are dressed in David Cronenberg movies?
No.
Why are they dressed in Cronenberg movies minus 80s?
Anyway, his sister died. Denise Cronenberg, sister of David Cronenberg, and costume designer for many Cronenberg movies. Okay. I just read that.
Take a shot every
Oh.
time they say Cronenberg.
81.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, can we have something happy now?
This is the song that
That
never
never
ends. It just goes on and on.
Now, I was
Some
looking to see
people
some kind of
started
expert.
singing
not
and not
expert.
knowing what was going on.
If you kids would just stop singing.
Oh.
But it's a song that never ends.
Anyway, I was looking through the article trying to find some excerpt to pull out, and I really couldn't find anything that really worked or fit. There was the obituary, and best I can find is just information that she wasn't really in very good health, but she didn't let everyone know about that. There's nothing that says she died of anything like the Rona or anything like that.
So it's like how Alan Rickman died. He was suffering from a lot of things. He didn't tell anyone but his friends and close family. So it's like...
Oh, yeah, she didn't even really tell her brother. It was just... She went to the hospital pretty recently because some things were coming up. And while there, everyone else found out, oh, she actually has quite a lot. And it was the age and complications with a lot of that. It's not funny.
No. My girlfriend's in the chat. I sent her a link. She said, I literally cannot escape this. I've been torturing her for like the past 2 weeks with this is the song that never ends.
Oh.
And she popped in right as we were singing that right on time.
God damn it.
This is what happens when you leave us alone, Decker.
I think Decker is beginning to understand what Patricia went through for so long.
Yeah.
I technically am supposed to be behaving, but I'm supposed to be keeping you guys in check, but I'm failing epically right now. Cat ate candy before the stream.
I'm sorry, go on.
Scott Yoshihara, all I can say is try and stick it out a bit longer than you feel like, because there are better parts,
Ooh, a leg.
even though it's gonna not feel like that pretty fast.
There you go. There, we just brought the news up a little. We just showed a leg. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
We can move on to the other bit of horror news.
other bit of horror news. People are getting sued.
Yay! Wait, why?
Wait, actually, I was talking about the one involving the 4-hour-long horror movie.
Well, we already technically talked about that a bit.
Oh, okay. my
Well,
bad.
we talk about the
we skipped
Hellraiser?
over that very quickly. There's a little quote there where it's just, Hereditary and Midsummer writer-director Ari Aster's new flick has been described as a zonky nightmare comedy, an anxious comedy, and absurdist evil comedy. And today we hear that while talking to UC Santa Barbara Studios students last week, Aster teased he just completed a new draft for the script, which will be 4 hours long. Aster said, "All I know is it's going to be 4 hours long." That's the quote in the article.
That was it?
Yes.
I was gonna jokingly say, is it like with Fry? And he thought, I wrote it in 30 minutes. It should be a 30-minute long episode.
Oh, God.
That's a terrible mentality.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh,
funny
yeah.
mentality in Futurama.
Instead, yeah, we can move on to people getting sued.
Yes,
You
yes.
want to read this one, Decker, or
It's
should
actually
I?
somewhat happy news with Clive Barker. Everyone likes Hellraiser, I assume. Always keeps
Clive
coming up.
Barker's still alive?
Yes.
Clive
I thought he
Barker
died.
film?
No,
I
it's
think
just
it's a
they
different-
treat him like he's dead with the way they're doing the Hellraiser franchise.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of a different writer.
Oof.
No,
I feel like, didn't Clive Barker only really be involved with Hellraiser and Hellbound Hellraiser 2?
Right on.
yeah.
I think those are the
Yeah.
only movies in the franchise that he actually had involvement with.
According to your
Right.
Summer of Hellraiser, yes.
Okay, is it a coincidence that those are the ones I think are good?
No.
No.
Okay.
they're- No, I was thinking of the one who did Nightmare on Elm Street. That's the author that died.
It's like Hellraiser was like you had the first two involved Clive Barker, The next two, at least, were made as Hellraiser movies. And then the next three were just movies that were thrown together, and they said, hey, let's make it Hellraiser. We need to keep the rights. And they slapped the Hellraiser name on it, and that was it.
Yeah, they
Wasn't
basically
it
had
around the time like they had a contract under somebody and it was like running out, so they were just
Yeah.
as you say, like just throwing shit together and
yeah,
throwing
it
it
was
out.
basically
It's like
scripts that were
Hellraiser
in-
Deader, Hellraiser Hellworld, Hellraiser Inferno. None of those were originally Hellraiser movies, but they needed to keep the rights.
Yeah, basically, it was basically like, oh, these scripts are in limbo. You know, we could just put a Pinhead here, a Cenobite here, make the Doublemint twins over here. Ta-da!
He directed the first movie, he wrote the first movie, he wrote the book the movie was based on. Clive Barker is very much involved in the creation of Hellraiser, but it was just taken from him, and that's been that for a while. So, as previously reported, there are currently 2 Hellraiser projects in development. A Spyglass Media film with David Buckner set to direct, and a TV series is also being developed at HBO with David Gordon Green attached to direct a number of episodes. And if Barker is successful in the rights transfer lawsuit, both Hellraiser developments will be required to bring Barker to the table for a deal. However, if one or both projects make it out before December 19th, 2021, they will be in the clear from Clive's involvement. It is an interesting move. I'm excited about a new film and entire TV series. However, this all should belong to Clive, come hell or high water. The perfect situation is Barker reacquiring his rights and then being able to be on board for both projects in some capacity. I feel like him getting the rights and then if the projects suck, shutting him down is fine too.
Zaki Neko 77 donated $2, going, Clive Barker did Rawhead Rex as well. Why does that sound like a porn?
You mean it's
does.
not?
It is not, but it does sound like a porn.
A sophisticated
You know what,
asked is, didn't he have PS3 games based on his works?
I vaguely remember hearing about that, but I don't think it ever came out.
I think
He had a couple of games based on his works. The game, the PC game, The Undying. That was a game that
Clive Barker's The
basically-
Undying, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Clive
I did not know that.
Yeah. That was like it was already a game in concept, but then they brought him into the project and he basically rebuilt it up from the ground up. Like there was a completely different main character and everything else before, but then he just basically rewrote the whole thing. And then Jericho, I think it came out in 2007. That was another game that he basically created, whatever you want to call.
Boy, that game ate ass.
Yeah. Also, the Tom Clancy games, I didn't know for a long ass time, were based off of Tom Clancy books.
Okay, so the Twitter poll has completed. We
Yay!
got 106 votes.
What?
Which is actually pretty damn good for a live and wired Twitter poll for 30 minutes.
Yes, my bitch won. Go on.
So, it was a blowout by the winner. So, going from the lowest to the highest at 8.5%. Mere 8.5. Not too many people are interested in sexual relations with the creeper.
Yeah, cuck off.
Dude, he would snap your dick off and then put it in a freaking lamp.
I was just wondering, is the creeper technically
Never
male
say
or
that again.
female?
Snap his dick off and turn it into a lamp.
I mean, does the creeper have a gender? I mean, it looks kind of male, but that's just my
male.
assumption, and I'm kind of a shitlord, so...
Hey, you probably mutated it. You probably just scooped it out and installed a third armpit.
Now the second and third place runner-ups were very, very close. In third place, with 17.9%, is Ghostface. Which I suppose would just be, like, a hot
Ghostface
babe
would be-
in the same outfit with the mask. Just imagine the cloak, but with boobs.
I don't want to imagine boobs. Not now.
And
Later.
with 18.9%, just 1% higher, is Audrey 2, meaning the number one horror icon waifu is the Xenomorph Queen. 16 feet tall, 4 arms and 2 mouths, and
Many boobs.
One ticket down to Fap Town.
Read by Nature just went bad dragon lamps, now on Amazon. God, those would be expensive ass lamps if you go by prices on Bad Dragon. Not that I've.
Why
been
do you
on
know
that.
this? Don't answer that.
It's for my job.
Didn't Clive
Yeah,
Barker
okay,
do
so
Till Dusk Till
Pikachu.
Dawn
I
movies?
mean
I
Pikachu.
think so.
Decker. I just noticed the Pikachu thingy. I forgot
It's
the official
Mimikyu.
name.
It's a Mimikyu. It's Charlie's. This is Charlie's hoodie.
I just noticed it behind you just now, and it briefly freaked me out because I thought someone was standing behind you.
This is.
At least we didn't think it was demonic horns, like a lot of people in the chat thought for a while.
True, true, true.
Although we still like Creepy's hat, the lampshade. It's a nice Decker. It's too warm to put on the onesie.
Not with that attitude. You know what? That reminds me. Not a lot of people, because of how the way my green screen works, I always wear my hat like this whenever I stream. So yeah, this is what's on front of my hat.
Jack Skellington.
Oh, cool.
My sister would love that hat. I would love that hat. Decker. Decker. Oh. Welcome to Decker Reverse Strip Show.
Subtle, thick Black Daddy, subtle. Wow. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what I was being subtle about.
About
I'm not
fapping.
About fapping? I'm not a subtle guy. I don't even know what that word means.
So yeah, this
If
is
I'm
Charlie's hoodie.
If I'm gonna fap, I'm gonna speed box my meat until the sun comes up.
Someone tell me what the chat says. I can't read it.
Demon Q. Isn't that species? You want something to freak you out? Check out the Moby Huge. Have you seen what's the name of that one? Creepy. I sent it to you once when I saw it on Bad Dragon. The T-Rex one.
It's really hard to keep
Can
up
we
with the
stop
chat
talking
this
about
way.
Bad
so-
Dragon?
No.
I made the mistake of Googling it.
You don't know. Wow, that guy doesn't know what Bad Dragon is.
Oh, you sweet innocent child.
A wild Pokemon named Decker.
Hey,
Seriously?
Thick Black Daddy. This is a thing. This is a thing that people pay for.
Very high prices. Although I will admit their miniature, teeny tiny
go.
ones are very, very entertaining.
Man, I hope we're not talking about the same thing here.
Are you talking about a website?
I
that
missed
specifies-
everything, so let's just hope for the best. Yeah.
Are you talking about the website that sells specialty items of a more adult nature that are
Okay,
based
there goes
off
the
of-
monetization.
I said adult nature.
Oh, okay, just making sure we're on the same thought.
Yeah.
Go on.
Did you see the T-Rex one? You want to see the T-Rex one?
No, the fuck I don't.
I want to get a drink.
I want to talk about Skate 4 for some weird reason.
Well, yeah, that is right there in the. That was the big announcement. I mean, I knew EA was having a. Since there was no E3 this year, everyone's just doing their own thing. So EA had the, hey, we're doing our own thing, and I'm like, I'm not interested in just watching your stream of an orchestra or whatever the hell you're doing this time. So I just learned when on Twitter everyone started losing their shit saying, Skate 4!
Ow, my ear.
Yeah.
You can buy new ears on eBay. Hey,
Bad
Charles
Dragon
Barkley,
review.
what's on your hat? Kiss my ass.
Bad Dragon reviews. Like sliding down a banister naked. There goes your monetization, Decker.
Take on the Alien 5 script. I've only seen little bits and pieces, so I really can't judge. I'd have to read the script like I did the Predator's early draft, which strangely was worse in many ways. Better in some ways, but it was an experience reading the Predator's script.
Hey, Decker, you ever read the script for the Resident Evil movie written by George Romero?
No, and I feel like if I did, I'd be very sad.
No, it's actually really good. He basically has
That's
his
why
assistant
I'd be sad!
Oh. He made his assistant play that game like 5 times in a row, and he watched him so he could take notes for the script. Although they did change a few aspects for the sake of the movie, but still.
Patrick Johnson says, to be honest, Skate 4 was the only thing at the EA Play event I actually cared about. Yeah, it's kind of...
Was it at the play where they technically kind of teased some Need for Speed Underground 3 stuff?
I don't know,
Because
I
they
didn't
played
watch...
because out of the blue, I did see some a post about Need for Speed, and it was just a small 20-second clip of them playing I don't know the name of the song.
To the window, to the wall.
Yeah, and it was just it. It was just a little snippet of that song with Need for Speed Heat colors in the background, and that was it. I'm like, are they teasing us? They're gonna give us some underground like content for Need for Speed Heat? I know it got a lot of people hyped for that. I don't know.
I
Boy,
mean,
if I see one more racist thing, I'm just gonna.
what? What's going on?
I ain't saying that. I'm a good boy. I'm a Bjork. That's what's going on. Bjork. There we go.
Okay,
Bjork.
so
The chick who dressed up in a swan outfit?
Bjork. No, what? I'm sorry. What? What?
You said Bjork. I'm like the woman who dressed up in a swan outfit when she.
Oh my God! No, I didn't think anybody knew who that woman was.
You're talking. Yes.
but yeah, I'm just gonna bring sexy pyramid head over here so we know what we could have had that I messed up on. And I'm
I
sorry.
almost want to look up sexy alien queen, alien more.
Oh,
queen.
there is.
Oh, mistakes.
No, there are many.
But yeah, no. One thing that kind of does kind of butthurt me is that the team that originally made the Skate series is died. It died with EA's Black Box.
Sorry, Brandon.
One of their last games that I know they came out with was the 2015 or 2016 version of Need for Speed, which was supposed to be like a soft reboot. The hell was that noise? Anyway, it was one of the last games they made, and a lot of the original developers for that game kind of like scattered to like a bunch of like subdivisions, kind of like what they did to Criterion Games. You know, they just broke apart. The name technically exists, but all the original employees just go off to work on other things.
Motorcycle US donated $2, going, "What if they reboot Scanners? Thoughts?" Is Scanners the one which has the exploding head? And I was like, I'm mad as hell. I can't take it anymore. Okay. How would they work that?
They'd probably do whatever the hell they want, but try and remake the memorable scenes, but they can't outdo the original because they're just trying to do what the original did, and then it's just going to all be very disappointing at the end.
And it's going to all be set on Twitch or YouTube. Yeah, it's going to be set on YouTube, and everyone's mad as hell because they can't do the sexual shit anymore.
Oh my God, I just read what a side of salt says. I need to cleanse my brain. Oh, hey, look, beer.
That's not a good cleanser.
Damn it, that's what I do.
Sophistic Autistic said, "Can I at Decker Shadow? Can I tweet my sexy xenomorph queen to Mr. Daddy?"
Well, you just ask him.
He's right here.
I am kind of like right here. You know, you kind of can't miss me. It's like reverse Oreo going on right here.
I want Oreos now.
Also, yeah.
Now I just want to send them all the sexy pinup artworks I just do for funsies some days.
That'd be at Thick Black Daddy.
How many C's?
Oh, just 2. One for each curvature.
So, yeah, the Skate 4 was announced-ish, I think. I don't know, it's kind of hard to judge exactly. It's like, from what I could find, because I still didn't watch anything, but what I could find on the article, they never ever say Skate 4, but they do say Skate, like a new Skate game in the Skate series.
Does
that comes
Becker sound
after
weird
3.
or am I going crazy?
No, he sounds weird.
Okay.
It's a new Skate game in the Skate series that comes after 3.
What kind of got me baffled is somewhere on Steam, the original Skate developers did come together to make a Skate-ish game for on Steam, and the name is eluding me like there's no tomorrow.
I remember, like, was it last year E3? There was an announcement for a game, and everyone thought it was Skate 4, and they're like, finally, and it was some other skating game, and we were all like,
Skate Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if people did research, that was, like I said, that game, I can't remember the name of it, that game was made by the original developers of Skate.
Now, I never got into Skate because I sucked ass at it.
Well, Skate actually, it's like think back. It's like the people who made Planet Coaster were the same people who made the third Roller Coaster Tycoon, but better. It was the same developers for that.
Yeah.
But a skating game.
That reminds me, somebody said skateboard.
Oh, Clayton. Clayton George. Oh, you found an interesting one, see. Did you know there's a toy on Bad Dragon known as the Ripley?
Giga would have been proud of this creature. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it, Decker?
I just know that Giga had all his horror designs are derived
Thank
from
you.
sex.
It was called Session.
The
And
horror
speaking
of
Session,
sex.
I just want to say that I've had a skateboard for 4 days, and I've already like made it pretty bad.
How? Did you fall on it? Did you fall?
No, I've been skateboarding for about 18 years now. I'm just really fat.
I also say,
I just
Tony
eat
Hawk,
more than I skate.
I was gonna say, so what do you feel about the Tony Hawk's Underground games?
You know what? I didn't play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 because somewhere in my subconscious, something was just all like, "Daddy, no." But then I was just all like, "Daddy, yes." But then my subconscious, "Daddy, no."
And then
You know, but so I didn't buy it, and I'm glad I didn't because it was bad. I'm really
Yeah.
hoping this Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake is good. There's a part of me that hopes they just take the original engine and just give it better graphics.
One thing that annoyed me was that the warehouse demo. Remember that from the Tony Hawk, not Tony Hawk's Underground, from the PlayStation Underground
PlayStation
disc.
demo, yeah.
That demo that everyone played and was like, "Holy shit! Yes, must get Tony Hawk's Pro Skater." That's a pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, run that by me again.
The demo, the warehouse demo, is a pre-order bonus.
I don't know how to feel about that one, Chief.
It's definitely the last Tony Hawk game was definitely a Tony Hawk game. We are about to lose the license. Quick, make a game quickly.
And it also
No,
wasn't
that was an
available when
interview about
the
that.
pre-order started.
There was an interview about that. I remember that. Holy crap, he really sent me some shit.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, it's all right.
How many boobs?
Yes. Wow, that is something I did not know I would like.
Did
I
she
am-
got booty?
Jesus Christ. These are, I am really questioning myself right about... Shut up! I'm really questioning myself right about now.
Welcome to the land of I want to boink an alien.
Oh, Lord, man. Boy, church is going to be interesting tomorrow. I don't know what the hell going on.
Get the Bible. Get the Bible.
No, I might catch on fire if I touch it.
It's like he's awakening that he's a furry, but it's a much
Nah.
something more special.
Nah, I already tried. No, I mean,
No, I mean-
no. Once upon a blunt ago, I tried it. Nah.
New Doc Prime says, "Looks like PlayStation would have won E3 if it happened." And
Eh,
I don't feel like I have enough. I don't have enough. What's the word I'm looking
Information.
for? Information between Microsoft and Sony.
yeah.
it's like Microsoft says they've got
about
more
that.
stuff they're going to be talking about in July, and they got their games coming out. Some leaks, if you call them rumors, rather. Some people are like, "Hey, you know what? That Lockhart that Microsoft's coming out with, yeah, that one that no one knows what it is, but everyone knows it exists. So yeah, well, we know what it is. It's $200. Boom, next gen for $200." And it's like, well, how did you get to that?
I mean,
because
you're not wrong.
it's the guy said it was going to be like half the price of the Series X. And how do you know the price of the Series X? Because $400 is like the normal fucking price for things, isn't it?
Yeah. No, didn't they drop the price for the PS5? There's going to be like a digital version and a
Well,
CD
the
version?
PS5, yeah, they have the physical version and they have a digital-only version, but they haven't announced the price for either.
What's a digital-only version of the PS5?
It has no disc drive.
Yeah, no disk drive.
Oh, that's it. I thought it meant like a digital upgrade, like download this patch and your
Download
PS4
some
will
RAM
be a
for your PS4.
Oddly enough, I actually like. I'm not getting either console to be honest, but the digital version actually looks better
Yeah,
because
it's symmetrical.
the cancerous tumor of the disk drive they kind of like just on the side of the PS5.
So yeah, I'm here like, okay, I gotta get the PS5, and my fiance gotta get the PS5, and I gotta get the Xbox, and it's gotta be the Series X.
Fuck you, motorcycle. That's all I gotta say.
What if it's $15 going? So to think that Black Daddy just found out a new fetish. He found a new fetish, everyone.
I gotta go.
Also, real quick, to answer a question in the chat. Yes, I will eventually review Scoob.
I had a pee.
Did you have to announce that?
Well, he took his headset off, so I think he thought he was just kind of disconnected.
Yeah. I mean, someone asked, so there you go.
Anyhow.
Anyone wanted anime waifu versions of gaming consoles?
Oh,
My
they make
friend,
those all the
already
time.
exist. I think they already came up one for the PS5 already.
They make anime waifu versions of They made anime waifu versions of Redacted.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Also, have they made anime waifu versions of Decker and Creepy yet?
Oh my god!
Physics? And now we found a...
What he came back to.
And now we found another fetish.
What he came back to.
Ow. Okay. That hurt it.
Frank
let's
Castle asking,
continue.
Decker, do you also do gaming streams? I should more often, but
Yes, you should.
lately I've been playing EDF Iron Rain with Creepy and Numbers. Though we have like one mission left that we haven't beat, and technically there's no mission that we haven't played. So that kind of brings into question exactly what we're going to be doing.
Oh, I know what you guys can do. Not EDF.
Each other.
Why not?
Oh.
Yeah. That would get him banned off Twitch.
Creepy,
got
you haven't
gentlemen.
played 4.1 yet, have you? Wing Diver the Shooter?
Wait, are you talking to me?
No, Creepy.
Oh.
It's okay.
I'm
Have you
enjoying
played
this
any of
beautiful art that
2017?
Artistic is
I'm
sending
the
me.
guy who smells like crack to all of the kaiju, and they immediately start attacking, remember? So it's not gonna fucking matter what character type I play. I'm going to be the character who dies.
So you smell like a Philly cheesesteak to Decker.
Yes.
You know, the equivalent.
Mhm.
And not
Decker.
one of the ones with lettuce.
Dude, the next time you come down here, we need to check out the baked potato factory.
Baked Potato
There's a-
Factory.
Continue.
It is by far the most delicious place I've ever been. I may have accidentally yet repeatedly spent like $60 there.
Listen, I'm trying to convince Decker to go to the restaurant that's fondue based.
Is that a good idea during Redacted?
What, fondue based? We'll do it when it's not redacted. No, it's just your party shares the fondue. It's not like you share with everyone.
Well, I know that'd be that'd a terrible restaurant idea right there. Where it's like we're gonna sit down and then some stranger's gonna eat your food and put their mouth in it.
I was about to say, isn't that what a freaking Benihana is? It's your party plus another party plus another party, and you're all watching some guy do fancy things and cook, and now I'm hungry.
Fancy things.
Oh, that would make the Corona thingy popular.
No, it's like they cook. It's a Japanese restaurant, and they cook in front of you.
But
I've been a bit Benihana.
if the Redacted doesn't kill us, then climate change will.
No,
As we see in the Deep Blue Sea 3 trailer,
I knew it.
which I have abridged here. It's the last little abridged video I have for you today on this lovely, lovely episode of Live and Wired.
A lovely lady
Return here.
So, let's bring this back over here. Full screen that up, and here we go.
Sharks return here each year. Their home, like ours, is under attack from climate change.
Those sharks have been engineered. They're not sharks.
Climate change is making them highly aggressive towards everything.
Teppanyaki.
Help, I'm stupid. I can't find it all of a sudden. Who's just here?
So- And now it's gone.
So, all you had to do was recycle your damn plastic. Now look what happened. Sharks are gonna kill us all.
You know, they could remake Waterworld and do the whole freaking global warming thing, and it might work.
Oh, here we are.
Well, they have in Deep Blue Sea 3, the trailer, they showed a little sort of fishing village that was floating in the ocean, which is where they were going to check things out, and it looks like the place in Waterworld. So,
Timothy
I mean, not
Armstrong
exactly.
just
It's not
said
as high
Japan-
budget as that. But.
Timothy Armstrong just said Japan said in 2 or 3 years they'll have working sex bots for men and women. Okay. Question: will one look like Nick Valentine?
I mean, there have been some very scary.
Do not
movies
judge my
that have
choices
gone
in Robotic Men,
into why
Decker.
this is a bad idea.
Decker's judging me on my choices of Robotic Men.
Harshly.
Don't! Nick Valentine's handsome. That voice is really good.
Yeah, but I'm the one who gets to fuck Nick Valentine.
Back off.
Straight to
bitch.
Blu-ray like Steven Seagal movies.
What was that one Steven Seagal movie? He's barely in it. It actually is somewhat bearable, all the parts that he's not in.
So the one good thing I can say about Deep Blue Sea 3 that I could tell from the trailer is they realized that saying, hey, we have giant sharks that kill people in the first one, and then moving on to the second, it's like, hey, you know what's even scarier than giant sharks that kill people? Baby sharks that kill people. Probably figured out that was kind of stupid, so we're back to big sharks again.
Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do. I hate that song.
You know, I have this crazy theory of, I don't know, not getting in the water.
Well, that's an easy theory.
Well, that
but
doesn't
I
work
live
in
Florida.
Manhunter. I just jump up on the beach and chase the motherfuckers down, like, and then I drag them back into the water. It's awesome. Sharks and movies should do that.
Why did Brandon Kilgore have to say Echo while I'm looking at this trailer? Now I'm thinking of like Echo the Dolphin, the horror movie.
It was a horror movie.
Echo the Dolphin?
Echo the Dolphin was a sci-fi horror. It was a slow burn horror. The fucking they were based on fucking xenomorphs, weren't they?
Yeah, the final boss is based around a xenomorph.
Are you serious?
That bitch ate you.
We're talking about the Sega Genesis version.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You fought aliens. When
Hold
you
on.
jump up in
Yeah,
the
okay, I
sky and
remember the
everything
alien.
gets sucked into the sky, they were being abducted by aliens.
Motherfucker, I was 9 when I played this shit. I don't remember this.
They were. And also, it has
As
so
you
much
get through and you slowly piece together and help the
Oh,
ocean,
you know what?
and you're getting clues, you find out it
You
was
right.
aliens.
You right as hell.
Did you know it's also based about those military tests where they were trying to teach dolphins to speak human, which involved a woman who was living with the dolphin, and then the dolphin.
Oh yeah, the dolphin kept trying to fuck her.
Yeah, and so she had to
Holy
give
shit. Yeah, you're right. Holy.
But it's
then
like
they
the
did
idea.
LSD.
It's funny because like reading up on that experiment, the idea of dolphins are smart. Maybe we could learn to communicate with them. Sound idea. Have you seen what people have done with little buttons that say words and they're dogs?
Oh.
Very impressive.
And then they did it with dolphins.
But with
and
the
then
dolphin,
got
they were
to-
just like, no, we're just gonna make you roommates. It'll work out.
And then
It didn't fucking work.
want to boink the female assistant who's living with the dolphin. And then they all did LSD. What was the point of the
Yeah, I love limited slip differential.
dolphin?
Yeah, cars and trucks and vroom vroom. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yes. Children, if you're watching this, ask your parents what LSD is.
Oh yeah, I've while we were talking about video games a bit earlier, I meant to drop this a little bit, but a Far Cry 6 was supposedly revealed. God, damn, English.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it going to be set in racist America again? I like fighting in racist America.
And that's why I like Eureka 7.
No, I liked beating the crap out of a bunch of freaking hick rednecks in a cult. It was fun.
Was that part 5? Oh no, I didn't play part 5. I
You
played
didn't play 5? Yeah, part 5 is the one that's set in Montana with a cult.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a cult leader, and basically the cult got too big, and the government was like really worried about this cult because they might actually do something really, really bad. And then think a lot of Charles Manson undertones, if you will. And like, so you are an FBI agent going to take him down, and your plane crashes because apparently the guy driving the plane actually was part of the cult, and you're basically taking down all the leaders of the cult as well as the big bad guy. And the ending is a nuclear apocalypse.
Well, one
Dragon
of the
Age
endings,
4,
but that's
huh.
considered the canon ending for the DLC, which is a standalone expansion. There was Far Cry New Dawn, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I played that like beginning to end with Charlie, and I gotta say the writing was ass. The storytelling was crap. Like the acting was fine. They had the twins there, and they were the big bads this time. They were like, it's kind of like, hey, you remember that
You know-
crazy guy in the third one that we've been trying to remake every single time since? It's like them, but there's two of them. Yeah,
I
just
love
like every
the third.
fucking game does anymore. But yeah, the thing is, the problem with the storytelling majorly for me was the fact that the gameplay did not mesh with the storytelling. So the idea was these people were unhinged and crazy and intimidating, and in the meantime, all that happened was I went around fucking their shit up, and then they get on the radio to bitch and whine that I fucked their shit up.
Yeah.
Isn't that just Handsome Jack?
Now, Handsome Jack at least did some shit to you. Like,
yeah,
I mean, they did some things to you too, but it's not like they were capable without you helping them halfway anyway, which your character did because you didn't have a choice, because the game was programmed that way, not because there was any logical reason you didn't have a choice.
I don't know
That's
why I just
really
remember-
annoying to me.
I remember Handsome Jack bitching more than actually. I mean, he was a cool villain. Don't get me wrong.
He bitched
Yeah.
more in the
But
pre-sequel.
for some
but-
weird reason, I remember him bitching more than doing a lot of stuff.
And then I remember the fandom loving him too much, and then the creators were like, "We got to put Handsome Jack in more things." And I'm like, "Can we
yeah,
have
and
a
then
different
Handsome
voice,
Jack is
please?
just
Thank you."
somehow in everything.
I'm seeing these random
He's in
tips.
the third one, and I'm like, "Dude, he's dead. Go away, die already." Christopher Gecko K donated $2, going, "Blood Dragon is the best Far Cry."
I still haven't played that one, but it's like, I enjoyed Far Cry 3. Blood Dragon is a standalone expansion of Far Cry 3. It's set in, like, cyborg techno 80s, which,
Yeah, it's like the
Yes.
80s with neon.
I like the setting, but I was not feeling that game for some weird reason.
It has so many 80s references.
I want
The
somebody
things you
wants Contra.
someone distract you, or you could distract people was using D20s or D8s, like D&D dice for how you were supposed to distract them. You threw them to distract people.
okay, that's a little weird to me. But okay.
I see people teasing about Dragon Age 4, and I'm surprised BioWare is still alive after the Anthem disaster.
Oh, you mean what we call EA putting his dick in Anthem and ruining it because we are desperate for a Halo game? Sorry, can you tell how
Not in Halo. It was supposed to compete against Destiny 2, and they
Destiny, sorry.
they may have failed terribly.
Yeah, well,
There was a Far Cry movie, and we don't talk about that because that's the equivalent of a Eevee. What's his name? Uwe Bowie.
Uwe Bowl.
Uwe Bowie. Yeah.
Decker, you need to do
Uwe
a
Bowl.
Summer of Uwe Bowl.
I don't want to do Summer of Uwe Bowl, because then I'm going to have to do freaking House
Don't
of the
torture
Dead,
my man like
which
that.
I just...
Don't
is
torture
there
my
s-
man like that.
All the Blood Rain movies. All of them.
Ew!
House of the Dead. There is a special piece of hatred in my heart for House of the Dead. I think I saw House of the Dead theatrically.
Alone in the Dark.
Blood Rain.
Well, that's how you go in the theater to a Uwe Boll movie.
Alone in the Dark.
There was a lot of other movies that Uwe Boll did that weren't video game based because he found a loophole in German taxes, which basically
Yeah, that's a theory as to exactly why his movies are so terrible.
it's like he's pulling a producers.
Yeah, the German tax code had this loophole where if your movie bombed, there was some kind of kickback you got.
Yeah.
And just so happened, every film he made cost more than it made because the movies were just utter crap and no one wanted to see them.
Because they were bad, so bad.
Not even a sexy bad.
Hey, and then he
Wonder if you could
got.
do an Uwe Boll drinking game.
Then it was like, my movies aren't bad, and
We
I'll
would
box
die.
a critic to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Decker, do it anyway. I want to see if he'll actually. How old is Uwe Boll? Do you think you could beat his ass?
I think I could, but I also think that I'm going to leave the ring with no teeth at all, just because my teeth are terrible.
We allow you to use a baseball bat.
That's why America has guns.
It's not a baseball bat, though.
Not with that attitude.
I'm just going to do the little Hadouken and then...
Yeah, Dark Necrosis, yes. Basically the producer's loophole. If you know the
I
producer.
avoided the Postal movie like the plague.
Wait, there's a
Yeah.
Postal movie?
Evidently.
Unfortunately.
Is it done by UA Bowl?
I don't think so, but it's still bad.
I think I remember like UA Bowl was wanting to do a Mass Effect movie or something. There was like a really popular Halo movie could have been. Like a really popular video game, and UA Bowl was like, hey, could we do it? And they were like, fuck you, get out.
There's a part of me that wants to see that done, but I'll still settle for District 9, kinda.
What, Mass Effect or Halo?
Halo.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Oh,
only
they both
reason.
made
I think
4
that's the only reason why I
trilogies?
watched District
House
9
of the
because I
Dead,
want to
In the
see
Name of the
what
King, Blood Rain, and
remnants of Halo
Made
was
2
in there.
more House of the Dead movies.
Yeah.
The first one was just such trash.
There's
Decker
4
is having
Blood
a
Rain movies.
breakdown over here.
What? Why? What? Why? What?
One
Why
of the
is
Blood
this a
Rain-
thing?
One of
Why?
the Blood Rain movies has a stripper in it and some very racist undertones.
Nah, he's German.
No. Yeah. UA Bowl stated he never played video games. That's why his video game movies suck. That doesn't mean anything. Name a video game movie where the director wasn't an avid video game player. That movie was good. Seriously, someone name one. I want to prove my point here.
I feel like
Yeah.
I owe somebody $1. Nah, I'm backing out of that one.
Yeah.
House of the Dead funny version?
Oh yeah, there's also a Blood Rain funny version, which is basically all the outtakes and them just improvising and being hilarious.
Wait, didn't they make like a crappy comedy spin-off where Blood Rain was like this plus-size vampire?
Yep, that was done by UA Bowl, and it has drag queens in it.
How much blood she sucking?
None. She ate hamburgers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does not have vampires work?
I'm not sure that was even English that time.
I don't think we should talk about UA Bowl.
That
I
was
think,
just angry gibberish.
Yeah.
subtitles.
You get a lot.
Anyone who writes the subtitles for these shows, angry gibberish.
Doom Annihilation, that's another one that I avoided like the plague.
We're coming on to 40 minutes till 10 o'clock, so we should probably start talking about what projects we have going on. And I can get back to explaining why it is I haven't put out a review in way too fucking long.
Decker, is there any YouTube news?
No.
It's a Hanukkah miracle.
I mean, there's probably stuff going on with YouTube, but
No.
Decker's like, no, we're not doing that this week. I am done.
We're talking about good news today. A puppy was born.
But yes.
Nerdbane just donated $5, going, UA Bowl was a pro boxer, so I really doubt Decker would last longer than Low Tech.
I'm about to look this up. Hold your cheddar cheese.
What are we looking up?
I'm about to Yui Bowl. Hold on.
We're gonna see how many movies he did and figure out if Decker could do a whole summer of it.
I could clearly do a whole summer of Uwe Bowl, Miss.
You could do a whole year of UA Bowl movies. You could do a year of Puppet Master.
Holy crap. He was a box. Oh, okay.
Olympic or what? How many title belts he got?
Yeah, about that.
So he
Title-
can throw a punch, he can take a punch. I understand. He's got stamina. All right. We going into the ring or the octagon, though?
Motorcycle US donated $2, going, John Wick was the only video. It's not based off a video game, though. John Wick was.
Also, why isn't the ring called the square?
Oh, I can answer this actually due to my years of watching wrestling. Okay, so back in the days when people used to fight in like bars and stuff and taverns and shit, people would make a ring around people of people to around the two people fighting, and so it was called a ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just kept calling it a ring as a homage or reference to people being a ring around the people fighting at bars and shit. Behold, my years of wrestling finally useful.
You are just a well of
Useless
trivia.
knowledge. I'm a well of useless knowledge. I've accepted this. Also, the standard size of a wrestling rink / boxing rink is 15 by 15 feet.
I remember that when I was like 5, I think it was, there was a wrestling company that came to my school.
Aww.
I mean, like, they like set up in the gym and everything. They put on the entire show in the school gym. Like you think about that now, and you're like, where, like the reaction is going to be, where the hell is the education in that? And back then, it was 1985. People were like, we don't give a fuck.
Okay, the teachers need to have a smoke break here.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, even better. The Baptist preacher from my parents' church showed up for it because apparently he was a big fan of wrestling too.
I knew that there used to be WWE before it got big into the arenas. They used to wrestle at this armory in Florida.
Yeah,
it was like military well, not actual military bases. Well, yeah, military bases, but like moose clubs and shit.
This wasn't WWE. This was I don't think there's anybody around who remembers this now, but it was called Continental Championship Wrestling, CCW.
Yeah. Oh, that's old.
Yeah, it was around. It was in this. It was mostly known in this part of the country, but they were serialized. They were syndicated on a lot of different networks. I think in our area, it aired like after the news at like 10. It started airing at like 10:30 at night on Friday or Saturday, one of the two. Yeah, but they would show like weekly programs of it. That was where Lord Humongous started out. The big guy who wore like the leather harness and had the hockey mask on, but he wasn't racing. He was like,
Other guy 246 says, "Dude, I'd love to join your writing team. I love all of your vids, and I hate my job." Well, currently the writing team consists of Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I help by not annoying you.
Creepy just writes the whole thing, really.
Motorcycle.
Also, a fun fact: the ropes used in wrestling and boxing are a special made rope made in, I think, if I can remember correctly, South America, which are covered with duct tape and have to be replaced after every match because they get stretched out like crazy.
Mm.
No, that was like
kind of wasteful. We'll just put the Sonic the Hedgehog springs right there and just people right back in.
Responding to what Motorcycle US said, there was actually 3 video game movies based off. Well, yeah, 3 video games based off movies. Excuse me, that were actually pretty decent that I could think of. One was the Wanted game. That was
Spider-Man 2.
That was surprisingly good. Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2. Excuse me, 4 games.
Never forget the pizza.
The Mad Max movie.
That was a good one.
That was surprisingly good. And the I want to say it was the 2008 Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Movie game.
Yeah.
Those were all like surprisingly good.
Where you can get blown the fuck up and just turn into a gore skeleton and then regenerate.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. The more damage you took, the more like skin, flesh, and eventually skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
More, the lower your health got, of course.
Yeah.
I remember there was a guy cosplaying as a Spider-Man running around with pizza boxes and playing the pizza music from the the video. And he goes, "If you can guess what I'm from, you get a free slice of pizza." And I was like, "Spider-Man 2." And he's like, "Crap, I'm out of pizza." Because he apparently ran out of pizza because he didn't assume everyone would know the video game.
Oh, Riddick. Yeah, I forgot about Riddick. That was a surprisingly fun game back on the OG Xbox, I want to say.
I love how we just talk about wrestling and now everyone's talking about old wrestling.
Yeah, midget tossing. What we got going
Hell
on, what
yeah.
we're doing.
Oh yeah, WCW elevator
Things
cables.
Our productivity.
No, we're talking about wrestling and how Mick Foley lost an ear.
I'm sorry, Decker. I'm gonna shut up.
So, anywho, I'm still working on the
Decker. You see what you've done? The black man has stopped talking. Okay, that is how bad you are right now.
Bjork.
What is with you and that woman who dressed as a swan?
Anyway,
question my kinks.
3 from Hell, the review is coming along. I hope to get out Wednesday. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that happens, even if it means looking at my lawn in the face and saying, "No, you shall not be mowed." Who am I kidding? I'm still going to mow the lawn.
Decker, you get one of those Roombas that mow the lawn. They have those.
The lawn's too big for that, and it's going to fall into the lake.
You can
give it a summer special coming up, or should have started already.
Like 20 acres or more. It's hard to count when you get past 20.
Decker, summer special. Remember, first day of summer was yesterday.
I know, but I still am working on the 3 from Hell review. So that's what I'm working on. And then there is this possible summer special of something that I have. I don't know. But
Oh, you're doing those movies?
What a teaser.
Decker. Really? The gore porn?
yes!
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if you noticed, but this Wizard of Speed and Time, much fun as I had with it, no one watched it!
I watched it like 3 times. I mean, my mom watched it. And my sister.
And still trying to do some gaming streams. Now that we're running out of EDF, though, I don't know entirely what
I
I'll
will
be
be
doing.
right back.
Might be doing some virtual reality if I can figure out how to stream from my Quest.
Oh god, he's gonna start touching virtual things.
Yes. You know, the Oculus Quest has hand tracking now. You don't need to.
Oh no, he's gonna really start groping things. You remember that controversial VR game that was supposed to have come out that you did things to a
They
girl?
have those on Steam, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, Steam, show me the latest virtual games you got. And they're like, here's one with naked people. I'm like, okay, that's not exactly what I meant, but scroll down. Here's another one with naked people and they dance. Uh-huh.
Oh, did you find strip club simulator?
There's like 18 of them.
Only 18.
There's the ones where they're demons, there's the ones where they're on the beach, there's the ones where they're topless, there's the ones where they're completely naked. It's all made by the same guy reusing assets, because that's what you do on Steam when you're a cheap bastard trying to just hawk as much fucking shit as you can and just say, fuck it.
Other guy 246 just donated $20. Going, hey, I have traveled the United States collecting obscure flicks, and I have made a vid before that I think is good. I think he wants to be your writer, Decker.
I should write my own stuff. Creepy is frustrated with me. I don't pay.
I was about to say.
I don't even
Decker,
pay him an exposure because I pretend like I do it.
Decker, I was about to say, if you start throwing writing at me, I swear to all that is unholy, I will put so many spelling mistakes in there, it will annoy you.
He will never notice. You should see his writing when I.
Okay, I swear to all that is unholy, I will put in some words that will make you tongue-tied every 5 minutes.
Okay, now that you can do.
How many syllables can he go before he starts messing up?
But yeah, so I want to see about doing some VR, and I'm looking at Blade and Sorcery just because I'm a psychopath.
You're not a psychopath, Decker. You actually care about other people's feelings.
I'm thinking of how fun it's going to be to grab someone by the head and then stab them in the face 20 times and then throw them at their friend.
That's not being a psychopath. That's getting rid of negative emotions in a way that is not going to harm people.
Okay.
At least according to my therapist.
So, who would like to talk about what next?
Hey, Thick Black Daddy, want to talk about right now? He's not there?
He's not there.
Maybe he's invisible.
No, I don't think so. He's not the Hollow Man.
He's not the Predator.
No. But I've got, let's see, I got the X-Men review up. I've got Batman review coming. I've got the script for the Supernatural review done. So those are coming up soon.
Which episode is it? Are you doing them in order?
It's Wendigo.
Oh, no. That's a can of worms I'm afraid to touch.
Yeah.
Because, it's based off some Native American culture. We all know they got that wrong.
The Witching Tower VR. Okay.
Okay. Gat, what you got?
Okay, so mine is the comic working with Creepy and stuff, and the thing I'm doing with Diva. Good news! See, Injustice Unlimited 1 is free right now and is available for free till the 26th, and you can keep it for keeps if you claim it into your account, which I did. You two need to do it. Because Decker, sooner or later, is going to get bored of EDF. Anyway, so I got that now, and I'm playing it and recording myself playing it, and possibly will post it up sooner or later. So who wants to watch me play video games badly? Because apparently it's been a few thousand years since I played a fighting game.
That's the simple one. Just punch the attack buttons until the enemy falls down.
It doesn't work when the enemies actually are doing combos and blocking.
Oh. Well, then set the difficulty down to the lowest, then punch the attack buttons until the enemies fall down.
You can try that.
Yeah, I'm already on easy mode. There's a very easy mode, and apparently there's an accessibility option in this game. No clue what it does, though. I turned it on.
That's one thing I have to say is very good about The Last of Us Part 2. The accessibility.
Oh, that's nice.
The accessibility options they have is, like, not just the best that you've ever seen in any video game, it's the best by an insanely wide margin. It's honestly, like, so much you can tweak and change, and there's like 90 some odd accessibility options, and in each of those options they can have like 3 or 4 different settings.
That's nice. Unjusted Unlimited just has turn accessibility on or off. So yeah. Although I would like to point out it's really weird. It thinks I actually have like a controller, not like a PlayStation controller, which is what I'm using, but like a joystick controller. So it's like really confusing. It's saying press button 1. I'm like, what?
Oh boy.
Which it's numbered on my. Why am I showing the non-existent camera? It does have numbers on the. On
At least I
button.
heard you put it down in frustration.
What?
I could hear you put down the controller in frustration.
Yeah. But it's like, and I have like a little cheat code to tell me, okay, this is Y, X, B, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it doesn't use that, and I'm sitting here confused, and it's telling me, press the 8 button. I'm like, what's the 8 button? Oh, trigger.
Doc Snake's asking, did I miss why Decker hasn't done a review lately? It's combination of mental health and lawn.
Decker, maybe the lawn doesn't need to be mowed. No one's leaving their house right now. No one.
I am in Texas. The lawn needs mowing.
Decker is channeling the spirit of Hank Hill right now.
Oh God, he's gonna start talking about propane and propane accessories, and then lose his ass and have a narrow urethra.
Pretty much.
And talk about football.
Nah, I can't see that happen.
Yeah, and then cut his hair. Definitely can't see that happen.
I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
What?
What? Sorry. What? Now sound like Boomhauer.
Well, that was a lot easier, man. I could have talked like Boomhauer all day, every day, well, you just saying, what haven't you been sitting here on the side of the thing to hear him talking about things all the time? You know that's how it sounds like Boomhauer.
Is it sad I understood him?
I actually understood that too.
Yeah, that's what's happening on my network. I'm trying to record videos of me playing video games badly when I have free time and hand breaks for my hand because Creepy, your comic is killing me slowly. Inking is killing me slowly.
It's always my fault, isn't it, Kat?
No, it's not. No, it's inking in general where I have to keep a very stiff, strong, steady hand. Guess what I don't really have?
So is this your way of telling me on live channel that you're dropping out?
No. This is me telling you that, oh, okay, my hand... It's me telling you, like, going, that's why it's taking so long to ink.
Okay. So I thought we were going to wait for Thick Black Daddy to get back, but I don't think that's happening.
I was like, hey, may I send him a thick black message?
I was about to make a joke saying, okay, Tara, what are you doing now in your future?
Gotta throw in a dangle while doing Boomhauer? Yeah.
It's so weird that Boomhauer just sounds normal in his mind, but everyone else sounds like Boomhauer.
Mm-hmm.
I would thought everyone would sound too slow to Boomhauer because he talks so fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always thought as a kid until I saw that episode. Oh God, Decker, you need to play Monster Hunter. Come on, Decker. It's fun. You get a
Yeah,
chance.
but it's slow and tedious, and then I'm like, okay, I'm streaming this, so I gotta hurry up, and that's not a good strategy in Monster Hunter.
Well, what you need to do is have a group of friends, especially people who actually.
Well, now you're asking the impossible here.
Hi, Decker.
Back.
Hi, Decker. Monster Hunter World owner over here. Hi, how are you?
What platform?
PC.
Ha! PS4.
Damn! Why isn't there cross performancing? No, but yeah.
Oh, Rob Blankenship says, so the black guy died first on the stream.
Oh, don't say that. Black guy died. And now the other white guy died. And now Decker's left. And now I'm left.
Other guy 246. I really should script my own things. I gotta. It's kind of. It's part of being a critic and stuff. And speaking your mind it's kind of hard to speak your mind when you're speaking words that someone else wrote.
Yeah, what he most likely would need is a proofreader, but since his stuff isn't actually put up on text on sites, he doesn't need a proofreader. Correct?
Yeah.
Yay, I'm smart. I know things. Damn, why is Florida hot?
Okay, so Creepy's muted and gone. Thick Black Daddy's just gone.
I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
This is a very productive stream we have going on.
You want me to talk about the challenge that involved Philly cheesesteaks and all the things they did wrong and make you mad?
Only in the little deaths department? Oh god. Demon Orc.
La petite mort. It means the little death. Yes, I also speak French, buddy. That's not going to work with me flirting-wise.
Yes, but you are the well of trivia. You already know what that means.
I know what it means. I actually had a French teacher, because I took French in high school, who said, you are not allowed to say these things in our French class. La petite mort, and voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Because la petite mort means orgasm, and voulez-vous coucher avec moi means, will you like to sleep in bed with me? So that song is really fun to listen to.
It's French. It's artsy. It is nice.
Yeah, but French, fun thing about French, if you do certain spelling mistakes or say things wrong, it can sound very sexual or very insulting. Like, there's a French word, and I learned this the hard way, that if I don't put the accent mark in the right spot or at all, I accidentally say basically flatulence, but like the very juvenile way of saying flatulence. So like, art. Like, oops. Learned that the hard way.
Oh, God.
Also learned in Spanish, if you don't put the accent mark over años.
Darth Necrosis says we could all just talk about more Bad Dragon products.
Okay, we'll review them. Here's one, which would be like how you would blink a ghoul. Or Deadpool.
So I got my schedule here. I'm supposed to tomorrow. This is back when I was actually streaming more often. I was streaming twice a week.
What was that like?
It was interesting. And I also have gaming content scheduled on this thing. Something I really haven't been doing at all. I've just been streaming once a week and then uploading the VOD to the gaming channel. Oh, man, life has been an interesting little bunch of just... But I'm also decluttering my house. I've been doing real good at that. And
Annabelle Lee just said something that may or may not offend you, Decker. They had a Philly cheesesteak that had sweet and sour sauce in it.
What? What?
Decker can't English.
What sandwich does that even go on in the first place?
Hey Decker, the guy who did the Philly cheesesteak on that show I was watching put tomatoes and leafy greens in it.
That goes on meat crumb and egg roll.
Sweet sour chicken.
Sweet sour chicken. It doesn't go in bread.
Breathe, Decker. Decker. How would you feel about a Philly cheesesteak on a pretzel roll? Like it's a hoagie bun, but it's pretzel. It's made of the stuff for pretzel.
It's better than that.
Doc Snake, Decker just found out someone had a Philly cheesesteak with sweet and sour sauce on it. I've been telling him about these Philly cheesesteaks I keep watching on these cooking competitions. One had a salad. Some of them put mushrooms on them.
See, mushrooms don't bother me too much if you at least get it in a way that it matches right, but most of the times when I see mushrooms being put on a Philly cheesesteak, motherfuckers are trying to do some mushroom Swiss bullshit that does not belong anywhere on a Philly cheesesteak.
Is provolone okay?
Provolone is more for a pizza steak.
or a French dip.
A French dip.
Do you not know what a French dip is?
Yes, I know what a French dip is.
Oh, Decker
It is
doesn't
a
like
waste
it.
of table space.
Decker, breathe.
That space could have been a side of fries or chips or maybe a larger sandwich. Instead, you have this little cup that you go lean in because you were so stupid to use lean beef and now you have a dry sandwich!
I saw a guy who does French dip, and he basically he doesn't even leave you a little side of the stuff. He just dips the meat in the stuff and just puts it in the sandwich to make it, you know. The bread's not soggy, though. It's well toasted.
I thought Thick Black Daddy was coming back for a second. I saw him for a bit.
Yeah, someone went, hi, Big Black
I might have
Daddy."
scared him away. Might have.
What is Worcester sauce? Are you talking about Worcestershire? Worcestershire?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Well, since I'm the only one, like, yeah, I was gonna.
Hey, what about me? I'm here.
Well, you don't have a camera. It doesn't count.
Well, you don't see right now, Decker.
Brown sauce, A1 sauce. I like A1. It really doesn't belong on a cheesesteak. It's the completely wrong flavor profile.
Have you tried it on eggs yet? Because I mentioned it once on eggs.
I don't think I've tried it on eggs, but I did try it with pizza rolls.
No. I usually just get seasoned salt for that.
It was okay on pizza rolls. It wasn't like the, wow, that's amazing. That is...
Have you tried it with yum yum sauce?
What the fuck is yum yum sauce?
Yum yum sauce is an Asian sauce. It's a white sauce with, like, it's delicious. It's like, it's white and it has like seasonings and stuff in it, and it's usually popular at like Benihana's that you can dip stuff in and eat it with. But like, you dip stuff in it and you eat it, like bits of beef.
An American who can pronounce Worcestershire correctly. Well, and I'm always confused with Worcestershire sauce because the way it looks, I always want to say Worcestershire. But everyone has always told me, no, you're wrong, it's Worcestershire. And I'm like, well, it doesn't look anything like Worcestershire. It's like, well, it's Worcestershire. So I don't know.
And now I just want some freaking Korean burritos now. Korean barbecue, but it's in a burrito with kimchi and rice and stuff. And it's wrapped in a giant tortilla. And it's delicious.
Did you manage to get Decker off the subject of sandwiches, or did you just confuse him with the idea of Korean barbecue?
It wasn't Korean burrito.
Korean barbecue burrito. It's Korean barbecue in a burrito with rice and like these green herbage and kimchi with some yum yum sauce. And you roll it up.
So if I were to eat this, which culture would I be insulting?
Either, because it's popular. It was made in California.
God damn it!
Okay.
How am I a pervert, Lone Dragon? How? Because I'm talking about burritos. They're delicious.
Big Black Daddy, come back. We can see your shadow.
It's not his shadow. It's his ghost. Oh, there's an elbow.
Back. Come.
Clip that for me. I need that for later.
No. Oh.
Ooh,
Decker
you're
trying
good.
to summon Thick Black Daddy into existence.
It's like when you're trying to call your cat out from under the bed.
Ooh, Brandon Kilgore. Gyros would be really great if you got a good tzatziki sauce and you actually like have a good amount of lamb. A gyro is good. I want gyros now. I gotta go find that Greek place. Did you know that Florida has a high Greek population?
Florida has a lot of things population.
Yeah, but there was a Greek Orthodox church that did these fairs, and they would have like gyros and homemade baklava and tzatziki and spanakopita, and just like I bought a lot of mythology books from there because they're always selling mythology books.
And the one thing we're missing is for Creepy to for Thick Black Daddy to shout out his stuff he's working on right now.
Yum Yum sauce is an actual thing. Google it, Lone Dragon.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Nope.
right. Yum Yum sauce is an actual thing.
No.
Okay, Decker. How about some spam sushi? Popular in Hawaii.
You see, I'm suddenly feeling like Hawaii is not the amazing paradise I was always raised to believe it was.
It is funny. I don't remember one comedian actually did the joke going, Hawaiian, beautiful place, fresh fruit, fresh seafood. All you want to eat is canned ham.
Yeah. I
We
guess
need
we
to-
should probably wrap this up.
Swedish meatballs are delicious.
I don't know what's
Yes.
going on with Thick Black Daddy, but he
Yeah.
has a Twitch channel. He's Thick Black Daddy on Twitch. He streams frequently. He was probably going to start streaming right after this.
Or he's gonna just be invisible for the rest of his life.
I don't know.
Maybe it's like that episode of Buffy. Remember that episode of Buffy, Creepy?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Which was gonna be a spin-off, which they never did.
But I can no longer take the thoughts of these terrible, terrible foods.
Do you want me to talk about
All I've had to eat today is a Twinkie.
Go have some.
But I have standards, okay?
I think we need to let this go so that Decker can go actually ingest food.
Motorcycle US donated $5. Decker, I had some people give me a meal that fit on a saucer plate and called it Texan something or other. Can you believe it? Was it Texas toast?
I was going to say Texas toast.
Like, saucer. That's just like. I mean.
Yeah, the thing with the teacups on.
A Texas toast would at least be like a slice of bread, but like 3 times as thick.
Right.
Yeah. No, we're not talking about Angel Paul Guerrero. Apparently, that episode, which involves the Invisible Girl, that we're going to do a spin-off involving elite supernatural high schoolers to be a kill squad or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, Thick Black Daddy's been streaming EDF 5, and he recently did EDF 4.1. He's been streaming Forza Motorsport and all kinds of fun stuff. You should check out his Twitch.
He twitches there.
I was hoping he'd be here to shout himself out. But
He's not here. It's sad.
so,
No, burrito.
guess that's that.
See you all next time, everybody.
Thank
Good
you all
night.
for watching. I have been Decker Shadow.
I have been that long-haired creepy guy.
I have been Cat.
And remember,
Keep your friends close. And your enemies out of frame.
Wait, are you saying that Big Black Daddy's your enemy? Or are you calling me the enemy?
More
Well, it can't be,
ambiguity.
I'm in frame. See, I'm right underneath my lampshade hat.
Ah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.